What's going on, everyone? We're back with WebFishing Wednesday, dude. We got a lot to talk about today. Sorry we missed last week. Had some stuff going on. I'm going to go ahead and jump into it, dude. I'm going to talk about the most important thing. Brother, why is Schedule 1 getting sued? It makes no sense to me. It's wrong. And, you know, the thing I think that aggravates me the most, right, is like there's all these AAA video games coming out that are just dog water, more or less, and they're kind of, even if some people like them, like at least I can say, like, I'm really just not interested in AAA games right now. And then the Switch 2 comes out, and it's just seems like a buzz. People, you know, like aren't happy with the money side of the Switch 2, but I think the features stink. I think the Switch 2 is just bad all around. And here comes this great game, Schedule 1, which most people have heard about. I think it's saving the gaming industry, you know. It's like showing that indie games can be the best games. And another indie game goes and sues it.
Because they're salty.
If you, Jacob, I know you said something about that other game.
Schedule 1 is taking all of Drug Dealer Simulator 2's
Thank you, Chad.
all of their players away.
Did it have play? That's my question, because I know you know a little bit more about that other game than me. Does it have players? Like, is it a big game?
I don't really know, honestly.
It's not anymore. Now it just has the worst reviews ever on Steam.
Yeah.
But I feel like I didn't understand it, right? It's a lose-lose because the game's so popular. So, like, you suing them, like, you're going to get, like, will you even get money out of that? Or would you just have to get them to take their game down?
I don't know much about the situation, but I do know a little bit about, like,
What's
just
going on,
how
dude?
creative works work and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I would assume they would either just get them to take the game down with, like, a cease and desist, or they would, like, claim some of their profits and stuff. Which neither situation is very good.
So,
I
like,
mean, for creativity in general.
what does that do for them? If they take the game down, right? Okay, it sucks for people who like Schedule 1. I'm not going to go play that other game. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to go flock to that one. People hate it, you know?
Yeah.
So, I think they've done nothing good. They've only hurt themselves worse.
Yeah, I mean, basically.
Yeah,
It's just
pretty much.
insane, dude. And it made me really sad because, like, honestly, and I don't think anything. I honestly think Schedule 1 will win, or, you know, nothing will really come of it. But, like, Schedule 1 has made me fall in love in video games again. Like, that game, honestly, like, I like video games. Like, I love them. You know, I play them, everything. But, like, it made me feel like a true, genuine, like, overwhelming joy that I haven't gotten in a long time from a game.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it made me feel, like, it's kind of crazy because the game's so not for kids, but it made me feel like a kid.
Enjoy what you enjoy and let the companies figure it out. And even though it's not really fair, it'll be okay. I mean,
Dude.
for us, like the consumer.
What do you guys think about the Switch 2? All its price points, all that stuff.
I know nothing about it.
Well, Jacob, hear
Yeah,
me.
I know things, but I don't have, like, strong opinions.
I'll break it down for you real quick. All right, it's got features. For the first time in Nintendo history, it has features that were on the Xbox 360, like having a party, and that's supposed to be a big deal. It has the graphic capability of basically a PS4 Pro, which is not something to celebrate in my opinion. Their big deal is that, like, Switch 2 is gonna be 1,000. Yeah, and in the chat's absolutely right. Here's the crazy thing, right? The biggest takeaway from most people is that the price was bad. It's gonna be $450 or $500 with the bundle. The games are gonna be, I think there's a lot of misinformation. I think it ended up being that they're going to be $80 is like the highest they'll get. I don't think that 90 thing is true. But they're going to be $80. And that was before the tariff situation, which I'm not getting into politics. I don't care about that. I'm just saying that, like, tariffs in gaming obviously are going to make the game go up. So I kind of thought that, like, these crazy prices were tariffs maybe pre-built in, and to find out they weren't, and that, you know, like chat's saying, this thing could go upwards of like $700 to $1,000. Like, that's too much for a game that's as strong as the PS4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
And that's, I don't know, and that's another cool thing, dude. Schedule 1 and other games similar are like $15 to $20, and I probably will play that more than I would play anything on the Switch 2. And you know what's the saddest part of it, dude? I've played every Pokemon game. Like, I've played all the Nintendo. I love Nintendo stuff. This will probably be, for me, the first time I don't touch any of it. Like, I probably won't. I probably will fall out of Pokemon as far as new stuff goes. Probably won't play the new Mario. That's kind of sad, but
It happens.
also, you have to ask yourself, at what point do you stop spending enough money just to do that? You know, like, is it worth $1,000 to play the new Pokemon that probably won't be good anyway?
Yeah, honestly, that's a question you have to ask yourself because I am not generally a console player, and in recent years I've really fallen behind on consoles I used to love because I mean I can't justify spending $1,000 just to play like I don't even really play real games. I play, just silly things. Um, and it gets to a point where it's just not worth it, especially once you're an adult and don't really have the time.
Right.
I say, as I admitted to working like one day a month, but it's fine. It's fine.
You do other stuff. I mean, gaming's not everything. And that's the thing, right? That's a real thing. Some people, gaming is everything, and that's fine. Like, I know people like that. Gaming being everything is fine. Like, that, I wish I could commit to a hobby like that in a way. But for a lot of people, it's not. Even besides work, it's like you have families, you have kids, you have, spouses. You have physical hobbies. Like, I used to be into trading cards, I can't play video games and trading cards at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, you can't do everything, and I think that's the real thing with gaming is sometimes you have to like kind of as an adult I've been fortunate enough that I can usually get all the systems I want at least, but a lot of people can't. A lot of people have to make a choice, and I just don't see how the Switch is like. I mean, this is the way I thought about it. The Switch is really close to costing as much as the PS5, and if you have the money, just get the PS5. You know what I mean? Like, you can't play Mario, but like you can play a lot of stuff still. And honestly, with this going up, PlayStation and Xbox are surely going to go up on their next system, and it's going to get to a point where like, why not buy a PC? You know what I mean? Like, if you're spending upwards of thousands of dollars on a PlayStation, get a PC.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, I'm building a PC right now. And I would much rather have like a really good PC than keep up with like 2 or 3 different consoles.
Right. And I feel like it's gonna get to a point. I feel like it kind of has gotten to this point too. Like streaming services. Like at one point, Netflix made some really good stuff, and honestly, they still make some good things, but mostly their content's pretty bad.
And when they do make good things, they immediately cancel it.
Right. And all of them are kind of like that. And I think that games that are exclusive to consoles have kind of gotten that way. Nintendo's kind of, they've always kind of avoided that because they make some crazy games. But they're falling off. Like, Mario's pretty strong, and then people like Zelda. It's not really, Zelda's alright, but it's not my thing to judge one way or the other. But, like, Pokemon has fallen off. Pokemon's really fallen off. And I think other things will fall in, like Halo's fallen off, Fable fell off. A lot of the big, like, system sellers have fallen off over the years. It's like, what do you guys have, dude? You're going to have nothing but bad games. All the good games you can get on PC. You might as well get a PC.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, it's crazy. I just hate to see, like, indie developers trying to take each other down. Like, dude, I would think that if I made a game where you sell these illegal substances, and then another game did it better, and it was my dream to make an indie game like that, it'd be like, go Grasshopper, dude, soar for the skies.
Absolutely.
That whole thing kind of feels like Black Ops suing Battlefield because they made a first-person shooter.
You're exactly right. No, the thing is, Battlefield and Black Ops are probably more similar than these games are.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing. These games don't even have a similar art style. Like, schedule. The other one looks like, not realistic, but it's kind of got like that, like, I don't know. You guys know the game style. It kind of looks like something you'd like CSGO or like something like that, Gmod kind of.
Yeah.
But in this game,
kind of like semi-realistic.
Yeah, like, and this game looks like just, I don't know, funny, goofy, silly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane. But,
I get it.
that was my rant, dude. I'm here to hear about the direwolf thing.
Well, on the subject of gaming, I do actually have a rant of my own if you
What?
would like it.
Oh, please, I want to hear it.
Okay. So I play a lot of Sims. Um, and I'm gonna say Sims specifically because I know a lot of people are just like fans of like the life simulator genre. Ow.
Yeah.
1 second. Um, but there is a new game that has come out called Enzoi that everyone's like, oh my god, it's gonna take down The Sims. And I think it's really good for EA to have competition like this. I mean, they haven't had a real competitor in the life simulation like genre in a really long time.
Right.
However, okay, disclaimer. I know it's much, much easier to dislike a thing that so many people like than it is to like a thing that people dislike.
Mm-hmm.
And I realize that I might be a little protective of The Sims because I've been playing literally since I was like 8 years old. I don't like Enzoi.
Well, that's
And I know
okay.
that's kind of a hot take. My main issue with it is the style. It is made with, I believe, Unreal Engine, which that's a fantastic tool. I love that it's free. I love what it's done to push gaming into the future. However, there is a problem with the lighting in Unreal Engine where I feel like creators just put in like basic assets and don't really think about the style of their game.
Yeah.
And Enzoi just kind of looks flat and dead to me, and I really don't want to play it. But for a lot of people, that is one of its main selling points, is that it looks kind of realistic.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, anyway, I'm not buying Enzoi, I'm not switching from The Sims, but I do want, like, more competitors, even though EA's not been the most welcoming about stuff like that in the
Mm-hmm.
past, but, I mean, why would they be? Um, yeah. Yeah, that's my miniature gaming rant.
You know, and
Well, I
this
mean,
is
there's a reason that monopolies are banned. It's
Yeah,
because competition is good. It
yeah,
drives things forwards and stops them from stalling.
it does. But I also just feel like Enzoi, like, I feel like it was created for the sole purpose to be a Sims competitor, and it doesn't really have much soul outside of that.
yeah, kind of
Um,
like how everything wants to be Overwatch.
yeah, yeah, you get it.
Yeah.
But there is a potential competitor that's coming up that I do like. It's called
Tomodachi
Paralives.
Life.
No, Paralives. I'm excited about it.
You know, I've heard something on a podcast, and I feel about this pretty strongly. And after hearing it like put into words, I was like, yeah, this is 100% like this is so true. You're talking about the lighting thing and how it just feels dead and kind of like soulless. I
Hmm.
saw, I don't remember, I think it was on a podcast that someone was talking about how video game lighting has gotten too good. It actually ruins video games. And that sounds
Yeah.
crazy, but it actually, I know what they mean because I played, playing the new Black Ops from this year or last, just last year. There are times when I can't see because it looks too good, and that's fine. I mean, if you want your game to be like a life simulator, or you just want it to like resemble life in any capacity, that's cool. But for me, right, I want to see the damn person I'm shooting at. So I don't.
Yeah.
I'd prefer Black Ops 1 when there were no shadows.
Yeah. I honestly get it because I mean, TV shows and stuff have had a similar issue. Um in that their lighting is getting more and more into the realm of like gritty realism.
Right.
But a lot of that is to actually save on VFX work and stuff because it's easier to cheap out on that end if you have more shadows.
You know what I would compare it to? I would compare it to real art. Because there were a lot of artists throughout history that didn't make art that looked very real. And it was beautiful. It was great. It was some of the best art, by most critics' standards. And then there was a guy, you may know him, his name's Warhol. Dude, he stuck a can of
Never heard of
soup
them.
in in a on like a stand. It was like, that's art. And yeah, it looks real. It's actual. It's literally a can of soup. But it's stupid. It's really stupid.
Yeah. Um I respect Warhol for what he did to contribute to art, but I'm not a big fan.
I
mean,
don't respect what he did because he didn't make art, and I don't care if that's a hot take or whatever. I don't care what art history can come fight me, dude. That guy's not an artist. He's a doofus who had a can of soup.
see, I can't say anything because my favorite sculptor is Marcel Duchamp. And yeah,
What food product did he sit up on a stand?
um, he bought a urinal
Oh,
and then
man.
submitted it to an art gallery. Um, that's my favorite sculpture.
Did he do something with it, or it's just the urinal?
Well, he signed it.
Okay.
I believe it was R Pop, and submitted it.
Nah,
You
I'm,
But
I'm glad you like it.
I
there's
don't
a
think
whole
that should be
history.
considered art unless they make the urinal themselves.
I can get down
See,
with
but
that.
it's art, like actually creation, because okay, Marcel Duchamp. There's actually like a whole reason to this if you want a miniature art lesson, but art history lesson. But I won't bore y'all if that's not
No, I want
interesting.
to hear it, dude. Give me the art lesson. Explain to me why I should care about this urinal.
Okay. Duchamp was a Dadaist, which is basically like an offshoot of Cubism, but also exploring the idea of art for art's sake, which is just making art because you want to make art, not making art because you have a patron who has commissioned you to like make their portrait. Um, the Dadaists were pretty abstract in both their way of thinking and the way they represented art. So they were constantly pushing the envelope, and I love Dadaism. Like, it's probably my favorite movement of like more recent art. Um, Duchamp became very, very famous and well known within the Dada movement, and people were buying his art left and right. And anyone in the chat that actually knows art history and stuff, I'm going to simplify this. Don't worry, I've studied this a ton. I'm just trying to make this very digestible. Um, so he was getting into like all these galleries and everything without really having to put any work into it. No
Mm.
matter what he did, no matter if he thought this was the worst crap he's ever put out, the galleries were like, oh my god, Duchamp, you're so amazing, we love your art. So one day, he submitted something to a gallery under a different name, and that was the urinal, which became known as the fountain later. And obviously, it got thrown out. Like, literally, the original fountain is in the garbage somewhere.
Yeah.
Um, After the gallery closed, he was like, "Where was my sculpture?" And everyone was like, "Oh, what sculpture? If we had seen your sculpture, we would have let it in." He was like, "The urinal," and they were like, "Oh my god, we thought it was from some unknown artist. It was signed R. Mutt," and he's like, "Well, that was my sculpture." And suddenly, the art world is tripping over themselves, like, "Oh, you're so right. We didn't appreciate what we had. Oh my god, we want recreations of the fountain and stuff." And all he was doing is submitting literal garbage to get them to understand that they didn't care about what he was producing. They only cared about his name.
Yeah, 100% agree.
Um,
I agree with that.
yeah, yeah, but
Yeah.
that's the point of the fountain, and the act of defiance in itself is the art. The art is not the actual urinal. But it's very funny because, like, critics and stuff started talking about how, like, the shape of the fountain represented the Buddha, and they were making up all these meanings about this art, and
There's
they
no
made
meaning,
the
yeah.
fountain be art. Yeah, Duchamp's literal meaning was "you were all idiots." And then they went on and proved it by making recreations of the fountain. It's
Right.
amazing. Yeah.
So, okay. No, you bring an interesting point to this because I had not thought about this side of it, obviously. Definitely the act is the art, right? It's cool. The message is cool. I just have a hard time. I guess it's like I hate that. I hate what he was talking about. I hate the just putting random garbage up there for garbage sake. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
I
I
hate.
can get that, but he
Yeah.
was also the first person to do this. This isn't the banana like taped to the wall.
Yeah.
That person was basically like copying Duchamp. Duchamp was the first to do this, the first to go, "Oh, you don't care about art. You care
Right.
about me." And I think that's pretty cool.
And you know what? I was going to talk about this, and this is kind of a cool segue. because I was gonna say, like, literally some of my favorite art is like graffiti art you see on like streets and stuff, because I think it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And it, it means whatever. I don't know what it means. It means something to them, I guess. But it looks nice, and it doesn't matter like that it's crime or whatever. You know what I mean? I just like it. I think it looks cool.
Yeah, I work with where there's a rail line right behind where I work. And trains go by all the time, and all of the cars have graffiti all over them, and some of it is so beautiful.
Absolutely, and that's art for art's sake, because even with the culture behind graffiti and stuff, it's being made because the people want to make it.
Right.
Not because there's a patron.
I'll get this new rod, pal. Yeah, dude, I guess I changed my opinion on it. I see your point, and I do like that I get the message.
Yeah, but also if you don't like the fountain, that's fine too. The fountain exists to make you feel something.
Yeah. You know what? You know what? I guess I feel like the takeaway for me is that, like, I respect that message. I still don't want like stuff like that to be in an art exhibit. I mean, maybe that one could be in like somewhere really nice because it's a real piece of history or whatever. But like, I don't really go to a lot of art exhibits, and part of that is like if I go to one, not that there's a ton where I live or anything, but if there were a lot, I don't want to see garbage. I want to see something actually beautiful, you know?
Right.
And I don't care who made it either.
The museums that do exhibit copies of the fountain represent it as a piece of history and usually include a story of why it's there. It's more there to teach you about what art actually is versus what it isn't.
Right. What do you think about these people throwing soups on the art? Where do you stand on that?
That's... You could argue that it is performance art in itself. I don't really care for it, but I also think by talking about it, you give them more credit than it's worth.
Fair. All right. I'll shut up about it.
No, we can sit and talk about it. That's perfectly fine. I'm just saying, like, they're just doing things to act out and get eyes on their problems, which that's perfectly fine. Any form of protest, I think it can be valid if done correctly. I just don't necessarily like destroying history to do it.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing.
I
right?
really hate that stuff for destroying the history.
Is it art if it destroys more important art? Even though I know it's like usually that stuff's not the real piece and it's put up, or you know what I mean. Like I get it. That's not, they're not really destroying the Mona Lisa, but like, is it art if your point is like I'm destroying other art for myself? Like you know what I mean? Like. And it's not your art to destroy.
See, it can be, but I'm also someone that believes, like, art can be anything, so I'm very on the fence and very wishy-washy about it.
So hear me out,
in
right?
the future...
Well, go ahead. So, like, there might be a thin line, because graffiti's crime, you know, but I think it's art more than most things. But, like, what if I punched a dude in the face? I walked up to a dude and just smacked him in the head, and I was like, that's art. You know what I mean? Like...
See, but it can be, especially
not to that dude. He just got a headache.
Not to... See, but art is more about what the audience perceives from it, in my opinion. Again, I'm extremely wishy-washy on what is and what is not art. Actually, every art class I have ever taken started with the question of what is art. And I would piss off the teachers so much by saying, everything I like. Everything I like's art. And they'd be like, okay, but why? And I'm like, that's it.
Dude, the real answer is nothing. It's a man-made concept.
Yeah. Art's just whatever you feel.
And his name is John.
Oh! Thank you for the follow.
Wow.
Luminary, I hope I said that.
Nice.
Luminary? Yeah. Thank you for following. Welcome to the stream. We're talking about art, dude, and whether or not punching a dude in the face is art.
Can be.
It can be. Do I have to declare it's art, or how does that work, you know?
No. No, because I mean, like, Duchamp himself did not think the fountain was actually art. This was his big joke, and it
Right.
became art by, like, the audience perceiving it as such. So, art is weird and art is subjective, and I'm both completely wrong but right in my own head. But you
I
may agree with me and you may not. It's fine. Art's weird.
I I have a question.
Mhm.
Does punching someone in the face, is it art only if they bleed out of the nose so that, it's like a little paint running down their
No,
nose?
Jacob. No, dude. The act of punching is the art, dude. It's the rebellion against the fact that they don't want me to punch him.
See, and that's a thesis
Hmm.
statement, and the purpose behind it just made it art. It doesn't have to be good art, it doesn't even have to be art that you like. But art's weird. Art is art.
What if I punch someone and there was no one else to see it? Is it still art?
That's a great question, and I actually took a whole art-based psychology class, and I cannot tell you.
All right.
I don't know if no one is there to see it, and all you've done is cause harm to another human being. I would have to assume that other person that you punched is there for the audience, and if they don't think it's art, it's probably not.
Hold on now. It doesn't mean just because they don't think it's art doesn't mean it's not.
But if that's your only audience,
I guess. How about it's like Schrodinger's cat, right? It's art and not art at the same time.
I could buy that.
Okay.
You heard it here first, folks.
We figured art
Art is
out, dude.
Schrodinger's cat.
Yeah,
Schrodinger's art.
yeah. But at the same time, I am also someone that does not necessarily think that like realistic drawings are art. Um, Again, I'm extremely subjective and extremely on the fence. Anything I like is art, and anything I don't like is not art.
So, you know what's funny, dude? I used to think college credits mattered and stuff, so I took a bunch of college classes in my freshman year in high school, and I should not have done this. It was awful, but I took psychology and sociology my freshman year, and of course it was nothing but seniors in there, and I was literally new to high school, and it was terrible. But um, we learned about that, right? And we learned about Schrodinger's cat, and I can't be the only person, right? That's stupid. It's just not. I mean, I see the point
Yeah,
you're trying to make, but obviously, if I open that up, there's gonna be a cat in there.
right. I also think it's a little dumb, but it does raise a good point in that the idea that humans are the only sentient beings and that the universe exists because we observe it. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I do think it's at least interesting to to debate and talk about. Or not even the idea that humans are the only sentient beings, but that a sentient being does have to observe the universe for things to happen.
Yeah. You know, this is kind of a pessimistic take on all that stuff. It's just my way of thinking. No one else has to feel this way. All those kind of like that genre of like philosophical question, I think it's really meaningless. It's pretty stupid. Like, it's kind of like worrying about what's in space in the 1920s. Don't worry about it. You're not gonna get there. You know what I
Not,
mean?
but it can be fun to
Some
explore
people,
ideas and challenge ourselves.
some people might have saw space travel.
No, yeah, but you know what I mean. Like, I mean, we're not gonna solve the universe's mysteries in our lifetime. We're just, you know what I mean. We're not anywhere close to finding the next dimension. Like, that's just not a realistic thing. Like, I think it can be
But
interesting. I totally agree. Everyone can think and do what they want. I think it's cool to think about this stuff and talk about it. But getting all upset or frustrated or having a strong opinion one way or the other seems a little, I don't know, pointless
but the thing
because
is, will we ever discover anything if we don't think it's worthwhile to even try to look for it because it'll never happen?
no, you're right. No, you're 100% right. But like, if you were like, shouldn't we find a new way to like transport without like using fossil fuels? Like, sure, yeah, that's smart. But if you're like, dude, shouldn't we find out if there's like a hypothetical cat somewhere else? I don't care. Who cares? What does that do for me? That might be a pessimistic take. I don't mean it pessimistically. I think it's a genuine like, I don't care. You know, it's fun to think about. I'm not against thinking about it. I just don't care.
Yeah.
If someone
And
was
that's
like,
perfectly fine.
no, but like you're too dumb, you don't understand like what's beyond our universe, I'm like, you're probably right. I don't care.
There's actually, okay, this is probably gonna uh not make you thrilled. There's actually a name for that in philosophy, like the idea of not caring because it doesn't affect you. Like that's a philosophical angle in itself.
Yeah. I'm in for it, dude. I love that. I'm glad more people share that thought. And it's cool to care. I don't care if you do care. That's fine. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same concept. What you care about also doesn't bother me enough to care.
Yeah, yeah, that's valid. For some reason, my web fishing
I
crashed.
saw that, dude. Are you gonna be able to get back in?
I'm trying.
Is there too many people? Can I kick somebody?
Oh, I'm in. No
Okay,
worries.
good.
I'm right back to drawing.
Yeah, you know, I've been, especially this past like year or so, I've kind of fallen into this like life. Mind. I try to have the mindset anyway. I'm not perfect. Obviously, no one's does everything they want perfectly.
Except me.
Well,
But
yeah,
yeah.
that's right. You are
Continue.
literally Jesus reborn.
Exactly.
But
When I go to hell, I'll be sure to mention that.
what am I even doing here, pal? My dad said I could go the other way. I just
Exactly.
think I don't try to even things that do matter to me, like tariffs and stuff. I just try not to care because I can't change it. You know.
I've probably mentioned this before, but there is a really good Hank Green quote that I really like. And it is, if there's something that really bothers you and is stressing you out, you can find comfort in knowing that there is someone with more power than you and more knowledge who is already working on it. And if not, you can step up and fill that niche. But
Yeah.
most likely, there's someone else already, like, on the case.
I 100% agree. Even if they're not working on it, here's kind of my belief on it. Right, is that like, and don't get me wrong, I get very stressed about stuff. I'm not trying to pretend like I'm Mr. Buddha Zen, but like, I tried to not care about stuff because like, why waste my happiness on something else? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, man. I mean, I talk about my projects a lot, so I apologize. But that's exactly why I just try to focus on my own projects and be like, okay, one day this will be finished. Until then, I am literally just a really intelligent ape that's struggling to stay alive.
yeah, that's all we are, dude. And you know what? If you want to go out and solve a rocket science problem, you can do that. And if you want to play schedule 1 for 90 hours this week, you can do that too.
Hell yeah. Doing makes you happy.
But enough of that silly stuff, dude. Let's talk about the dire wolves. Get out of here. Come on.
Okay, they're not dire wolves.
Oh,
That's
all right.
okay.
You're one of those people.
Just
You're trying to really. You're like, oh, they're not really dire wolves. They're actually.
well, they're not.
All right.
Okay. I'm not a geneticist, and I did not end up going to college for any sort of biology. So take my advice or my opinions with a grain of salt. All
Right.
I'm really good at is art. They took gray wolves, which are not even in the same. I don't know if it's clade or family, but I'm gonna say clade because I believe that's the more like wide-reaching term.
Mm-hmm.
They're not even the same clade as dire wolves. Like gray wolves are not. Dire wolves are more similarly related to jackals and maned wolves, which are themselves more related to foxes than wolves.
So we should have used
Um,
foxes.
Yeah, you should have used like a jackal probably. That's the closest thing.
Mm-hmm.
And what they were doing is testing genetics to make something more like the direwolves you see in Game of Thrones than an actual direwolf that probably would have existed in real life.
Right.
Which
Like.
it is interesting what they're doing, and it does have applications that can be useful in real life. But I'm more worried about the species we have now and who are dying out, like red wolves. I think if we use the same technology to like diversify red wolf DNA, since they're experiencing bottlenecking right now, that could really, really help. And that is one thing I actually do know about because I used to work with red wolves, like in person. Um, I don't know. I care about the species we do have, and I don't think we should be wasting resources on, like, let's say bringing the woolly mammoth back to life, because once it's back to life, do we put it in Siberia? Do we put it in a zoo? It doesn't have a niche that we need filled right now.
Yeah.
But there are animals we could bring back that are like more recent, like the thylacine, because Tasmania, the island of Tasmania, is really aching for a marsupial predator to fill that role that the thylacine once filled, because now the island is all out of whack because of what we did to the ecosystem. So on the direwolves, I think it's an interesting thought experiment, but they're not direwolves.
Okay. Well, okay. So I'll be the first
That
one.
I have heard from some of the companies that are doing stuff like that is that they do these big trying to bring back extinct animals that there's no need for in modern times
Hey, Jacob,
as
real
like a
quick.
publicity stunt to get funding to bring back more
Important
recently
things.
extinct animals and things that are near extinction.
Right, and I do understand that, but at the same time, I don't know if I agree ethically with making animals exist just to suffer, just for publicity. I, again, this is one of those things where my feelings on it are very complicated, because I want them to get the funding so that they can save the species that we do need to save. However, they made 40 dire wolves, and so far 2 of them have survived, and I don't like the suffering of animals either.
So real quick, Jacob. I'm gonna get back. I have a thought, and I have things to say about this. Is that thing next to us okay to look at? I'm afraid to look at it.
I'm honestly not sure.
Okay, I'm gonna go somewhere else.
I feel like it probably isn't.
Yeah, I didn't think
Whatever
so.
it is.
Anyway, ignore that, dude. Okay, that's gonna have to get blurred at some point. So I to be honest, I am a doofus, and I didn't look into this very much. I wasn't aware that what we created are just fictional animals.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. That's actually more insane. That's more impressive in a way than making a real species. Is making a brand new one that's really never existed.
Yeah, I mean,
Dude,
it is
what?
really interesting.
No way, dude. Get this person away from me. Who is that? Well, anyway, let me get back. Sorry, I got so distracted by that
No, you're perfectly
stupid
fine.
picture. So I think it's more impressive that we made a fictional animal. Honestly. But I do agree that, like, I don't think we should be creating any animals. Not like that,
Yeah, and again, they do need funding. But I'm just sitting here like, we could be saving the red wolves, who are a species I actually care about and have worked with, and actively try to fund the conservation of. Like, and instead we're making genetic
Dude, there's
abominations
that picture
just 'cause they look
again.
pretty.
Is it's a kind of a careful balancing act between trying to get the funding to do the conservation that we need now and trying to get the public eye to be interested in what you're doing enough to fund you.
Yeah, exactly, because as much as I want them to work on, again, I'm going to keep using red wolves because I love them. As much as I want them to use all this research to save the red wolves, is the general public going to care at all
Yeah.
if they did
Yeah.
that instead?
No, that is kind of a crazy thing that, like, unless they, really the only reason people care, right? Even if they created, like, it's just because of Game of Thrones. I mean, is that right? It's just Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
That's the reason I care, if I'm being honest. It's not that I don't care about them, it's just I didn't know about it, but I read Game of Thrones, and, I read the Game of Thrones books, like, that's the only...
And that's fine. You're allowed to, like, just be interested in it because you like something. Like, that's perfectly fine. It's just, I'm a little too close to the topic to have an unbiased opinion.
Yeah. No, I understand. I hate that, like, because I was under the awareness that they only made 2 of them. I really had not dove into this much. I was under the like, I thought they only had made 2. So to find out that there were 2 left is pretty awful. Now, I definitely turned my, like, the way I thought about it was like, oh, maybe if we can't have a higher guarantee of, like, survival, we shouldn't do this at all. Like,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I have so many complicated opinions because they do need to attempt this in order to figure out how to make the survival rate higher. But I don't like animals suffering needlessly. Like they did the woolly mice recently, like the same company did.
mm-hmm.
And that's interesting, and they're pretty mice. And I actually have less issues with that because I believe the mice were healthier, but again, I'm not a geneticist. It just didn't seem as corrupt and sensationalized.
Yeah.
Another thing with creating new types of mice is because we've been experimenting with mice for such a long time, we know a lot more about their DNA and how they work and such.
Mm-hmm.
So you can more easily make a new type of mouse that will more likely survive.
Yeah, because we know their genome.
Yeah.
We're getting awfully close to Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Which, is
And that
kind
kinda
of
concerns me.
crazy, because this is a theory I heard about just this year sometime. Now, I don't even know if it's a theory, it might just be true, that at least in the book Jurassic Park, that they're not dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Yeah.
like exactly what you're describing, just a fictional creature that was made to be like another fictional creature that we can't really recreate.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're supposed to have like a large chunk like frog DNA.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what's so cool, right? I think,
Jurassic Park.
if I'm not wrong, Jurassic Park was both written and the movie came out before we really understood that dinosaurs were mostly feathered. So
Yeah.
it's also just real. Like what they tried to describe in the book was also 100% true of what came out of what we thought dinosaurs were was completely wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's very interesting and kind of creepy and just weird.
Absolutely, but there's a lot of exciting stuff in science, and I do actually see a lot of hope for this kind of technology. I just don't like how it's been sensationalized, even though I recognize why.
Yeah. And this kind of research can be expanded out into so many more fields
Mm-hmm.
because everything that they're doing with DNA can be put into all sorts of medical fields and all that stuff.
Yeah. There's a lot of good that can come out of it. And
Yeah.
if you get anything from my rambling today, save the red wolves. I love them. There's only 16 to 20 of them left in the wild.
Well, there's only 2 dire wolves, so
Yeah.
There aren't supposed to be any though.
yeah, but we got to save the 2 we have, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, because just recently there were 3. I mean, when they originally were, like, talking about it, they were like, yeah, our 3 dire wolves. And then quickly they're like, our 2 dire
There are
wolves.
2 dire. In the video, they were like, actually, 2 now.
Yeah.
They've got the DNA spaghetti in them.
Dude, what a time to be alive.
Yeah, it's interesting. One of the things that I do just for pure entertainment is I pay to track a red wolf, and I love her. That's my daughter. So again, I'm like, put this funding for her, please.
this person is making just inappropriate art, and I don't like they are the art. You know what I mean? Like they're like the piece of art or whatever, and they're following me around, dude. And I can't.
No.
How do I ban people, dude? I don't even know who it is.
I think it might be. I don't really know.
It's not Benny Jacks, which I don't even see on the player list.
Yeah, they're probably like hacked in or something.
I
That
don't
makes
see
it
them
sound more
anymore.
advanced than it probably is, but
Yeah, they're in the servers.
yeah, they're in the servers, they're in the walls.
They're turning the freaking frogs gay.
I wish.
Why do you want gay frogs so bad, dude? Just let the frogs be whatever they are.
No, I want to be the gay frog. I want to be on the little lily pad. I don't want to worry about anything. I want to jump around and be gay. That's it.
Has anyone... Okay, so that is an old-ass Alex Jones, like, meme. Are we even certain now that frogs can be gay? Has anyone done research and be like, no, turns out they're not?
What was happening is because of the, I believe it was birth control that was in the water.
Yeah, in the water, for sure. That's
Yeah,
one of the
well,
two things I remember.
Yeah, because of the hormones that it was making the frogs absorb through their skin, it was making them secrete. Again, not a geneticist, but they were like secreting estrogen or something. So male frogs were confusing each other for females and mounting.
That's not gay,
And
dude.
that's it.
Mistaking your homie
Yeah, it
for a
wasn't
female is
gay.
not gay.
Yeah, exactly.
I bet it's hard, dude.
Frogs really have the capacity to be gay.
They don't even have hair or anything. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Dude, if mistaking a frog for the wrong gender makes you gay, dude, I've probably been gay a few times at the zoo.
That's iconic. Hell yeah.
Dude, that's...
I've been gay a lot at the zoo.
That's, well... Have you ever been straight at the zoo?
I thought I was a few times.
Dude, this is stupid. How do we go from such sophisticated topics? Oh, they're back and they're in the water,
Yeah,
dude.
that's huge.
Dude, this is... what were we oh, yeah, dude, Alex Jones is a crazy guy, dude. I love him. I don't love him, like, on a personal way.
Yeah.
I love that he exists on the internet and people get to clip those videos.
Yeah.
And he's
I get
back,
that.
dude. I should get into watching Alex Jones, dude. I'm gonna just give you guys like a quick 10-minute recap of everything he says on these from now on.
Honestly, that's the way to do it. Secondhand Alex Jones through your friend.
What if he turns me, dude? What if I start acting like Alex Jones?
I'll come over there and hit you.
Dude, they're in
That
California.
would be great content.
They worship the giant owl. George Bush has little boys worshiping an owl.
Oh man. If you actually unironically start talking like that, I will bite at the very least. Oh. You know my Estonian friend that I've mentioned a few times? Her name is Lena.
Mm-hmm.
I showed her a clip of yours the other day, and she heard me for the first time. This is the first time she's ever heard my voice.
Oh.
And she was like, yeah, because we're just online friends. We've been pen pals for like a few years. And she was like, oh my god, you sound like a streamer. And I was like, stop. No. Bad.
What does a streamer sound like? Dude, I listen to a lot of like podcasts and stuff. Everyone sounds different. Like, I think...
Yeah, but I don't know. She heard me and was like, yeah, that's a streamer voice. And I'm like, okay. Thank you.
I think you have a very soothing voice or whatever. I'm not hating on you. I think, you know, it's important because it used to be the radio voice. You wanted to be like a Howard Stern type, you know. Now I think you really just want to have like... Well, for one, I think you want to be genuine, right? I don't think... People do the YouTube voice, and I hate the YouTube voice, dude. I promise you, I will die irrelevant before I ever do the YouTube voice. I will never unironically do it. That's my... If I ever do the YouTube voice for real, someone come take my channel.
Okay.
I hate the YouTube voice. It disgusts me. It's the opposite of art.
Alright, I'll take your channel, gladly.
And, what was... Oh... But I think mostly what you want to have... For one, you want to be genuine. You want to, you know, be yourself. Don't change your voice or whatever. and I think you want to like have a unique sound. You know, and you don't have to. A lot of people don't, but it helps. Like Queso he doesn't have like a super like radio voice, but he sounds very different and southern. This is okay. Here's kind of a weird segue. I have this theory that because like internet's gotten so much more impressive, and because of Starlink specifically, a lot of people from the south of the United States are about to get like blown up on like social media because we really didn't have an access to it before. Like, not that I say I'm blowing up, like I'm not, but like, you know, as someone from the south, like my life has changed in the past 2 years. This is how much access I have to the internet is like wild.
Hell yeah.
No, dude, get that garbage out of here, bro.
I've also found that people online have switched from being like, ew, southern accent, uneducated, racist, to enjoying southern accents, which is very weird, for me at least.
You know what, I think part of it too, I think it's all connected. I think it used to be people didn't know what, you know, we were like, you know what I mean? You don't talk to that many people in the past from different places, and you hear so many bad things about the South, which most of them are true. Most of them are true, but not everyone's like that. Everyone's an individual. And I think you start meeting people from the South and you're like, oh, you just sound different. You're not all crazy people who shoot guns. Not all the time, at least.
Yeah, well, I mean, I shoot guns, but...
No, I'm saying we don't all shoot guns all the time. Like, we shoot them sometimes.
Yeah.
As a treat.
It's a big stereotype thing. If you don't know a certain type of people, you immediately group them into all the stereotypes that you've heard about them.
Mm-hmm.
But once you learn more about them and meet some of those people and hear about them, then you slowly lose those stereotypes.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing with any demographic that you don't know and are kind of hesitant about. I mean, people are homophobic and then they make a gay friend and suddenly they're like, oh,
I'm the opposite,
you're fine,
dude.
Actually.
I grew up like not homophobic, and then I made a gay friend and became homophobic.
Oh, okay. In that case, I'm very sorry.
I'm just kidding, obviously.
Yeah, you looked at me and you were like, man
I hate these people.
Base,
yeah,
honestly.
that's usually how it goes. For real, though, you're right. That's how it goes. You hate people till you meet someone, then you're like, oh, well, I like this person a lot.
Yeah, I like this person. I guess you're chill. Oops.
Right. I think, and you know, like, we've talked about it, like, because we're all mostly from the South here. Jacob, I'm not exactly sure he is, like, he kind of an anomaly.
Huh?
He, you know.
My internet is cutting in and out. I can only hear half of what you're saying.
You have a
that's probably good.
You don't need to hear it. It's,
Okay, good.
But, you know, like, you meet people from other places, dude, and you learn they're cool. I think the South has always had just this really bad reputation, and I'm not saying it doesn't deserve it. It's done some bad things. Don't get me wrong, I'm not defending the South 100%, but I think we can all be cool, dude.
Yeah, people can be chill. But real talk, I don't like people who eat ranch. Because ranch is disgusting.
Same! I hate it, dude. You know who eats a ton of ranch, dude?
Oh, Jacob?
My lovely wife.
Oh,
and I love her to death, and she's nearly perfect. I mean, she's almost perfect. But she likes ranch.
There's only one thing that I like ranch on, and I hate it without ranch, and that's
the garbage.
Oh, I love
no, what'd
broccoli.
you say? Broccoli. Oh, yeah. All right. I don't like ranch.
I don't either.
I hate ranch on everything else, so.
I am thrilled that you also don't like ranch. Oh my god.
Disgusting, dude.
Everyone else that I know loves ranch. They'll eat it on anything, and I'm like, it tastes like sour milk to me.
But you know what? And here's something weird. People, like, my wife roasted me about this. Yeah, she is in the chat. You talking about her ranch? I think it's on my box. We used to play this card game, Lorcana, and I won a tournament and got like a special box for winning. Like, and I put all my cards and decks and stuff in there, and I just covered it with like stickers and memes. And one of my favorite stickers I have on the box is just Dr. Phil with his like hands over, like doing like the SpongeBob rainbow thing, going ranch.
Amazing.
But No, I 100% agree, dude. People put ranch on everything, and I'm like, you know, this is a weird thing about me, right? Because I get roasted by my wife and a lot of people about this. I'm pretty plain, dude. I don't like putting sauce on much of anything. Because my thing is, if it's good food, I don't need to smother it with ranch or anything else. It's just going to be good.
Exactly. For the same reason I don't love
Dude.
barbecue sauce on things.
God.
Because I just want good food.
I'm never going to escape these allegations, dude. This person's following me everywhere.
Yeah, this person isn't fun.
Whoever drew that picture, your mom's a hoe.
Gasp.
It was you. It's not you, but it's you who drew it, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry.
The Blakers. Hey, shout out to whoever drew this, dude. You're awesome. Is it one of you guys that said that?
Oh, that's me. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Thank you.
No worries. I wanted to doodle. This sweet person has been standing here with their portrait this whole time.
Hey, I love your portrait, dude. I'm sorry. I would love to check out more art, but someone has ruined it for all the artists in the game.
Yeah, it happens.
And by the way, you're going to Art Hill for that, dude. If you're in the Twitch stream, you're going to Art Hill.
They probably are in the stream, right? Because I mean, they are targeting you.
Probably. And you know what? I don't care, dude. Thanks for being a viewer. Appreciate it. I'm gonna keep looking away. Make sure you follow me while you're in here, though. You know what? I just said this and it made me think about it. And maybe you guys don't feel strongly about it, or you think it's stupid or whatever. Let me start off by saying I love TikTok. I think TikTok's good. I think it's a version of freedom of speech. I love TikTok.
Yeah.
But I hate the content on TikTok sometimes. And it's not the app, it's the people. It's either just them stealing. Like, okay, so I'm really been into Queso. I've been just watching a ton of Queso. And I think he's so funny. Like, I try to just, I don't want to copy him, but he's a successful streamer. So I look, like, to him to, like, kind of learn what I could do better. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I saw him play this, he played some Schedule 1 the other night, and me and my wife were watching it, dude, staying up watching him. We were cracking up. It was so funny. We were laughing at this one moment. It was so funny. And I could, like, the next morning, I saw, like, tons of people posting that moment on, like, their TikTok, cutting him out of it, being like, yeah, I wouldn't have known. Also, it was so well cut. I wouldn't have known if I didn't watch it from him, like, last night, that it was, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy how much people steal on TikTok.
I know. I actually block anyone that I see, like, reposting clips.
Insert art, dude. Disgusting. Insane art. Oh, yeah, it is insane art. Thank you, Tiny Bionic. But, it's probably you, by the way, you scumbag. If it is you, you're a scumbag. If not, dude, welcome to the chat. Well, no, not Barstool Sports. They're, like, you don't have to like them. I don't necessarily love their content. But, like, they're making something real. No, I'm not talking about you. I'm sorry, I was just kidding. You're probably great, dude. I was just joking earlier about whoever drew that's probably in the Twitch stream. You're fine, dude. Thank you for being here. Unless it's you who did that art, then you suck. But, yeah, I don't even care, dude. Just stop following me around with it. But if it's not you, don't worry. I'm just messing with you. You're great. I'm so distracted. But, no, like, okay, you don't have to, like, Barstool, right? Yes, sir! The follow! Hold on.
Yeah.
Dude, I've literally got to freeze the stream because thank you for the follow. I'm sorry, Tiny Bionic. I'm so sorry that they got cut off by this. 1 second, I'm putting the stream back on, guys. Oh, I fixed it. Don't worry, chat. I'm an expert streamer. I'm gonna have to literally fish over here surrounded by trees so I can just hide it at a moment's notice. No, I'm telling you, bro. Unless it's you with that art, you didn't do anything. I'm just messing with you. Thank you for following, by the way. But, I'm sorry, I got so distracted, guys. But yeah, like I said, Barstool Sports, and you don't have to like them. I don't necessarily like them. But I'm talking about people who just straight up take other people's content, like, and pretend it's not even, like, crediting people is still kind of weird if you didn't ask and, like, you're just grabbing it or whatever. That's still terrible. But it's so much worse to pretend, like, to deceivingly, like, pretend that you're Queso or you're who, you know what I mean? Like, that's disgusting. I just don't like how TikTok's also become like a cesspool for, like, drama channels, you know? Like, when do we go back to the memes?
I
Does Barstool steal videos? I did not know that.
Did they?
I don't know. I don't watch them. I'm not into sports like that much anymore. So I didn't really know one way or the other. They might. I mean,
I was only surprised because I at least know that name.
yeah, that's why I was kind of like, they're a big household name, so I wouldn't. I bet they don't steal it without asking permission, because they'd get in trouble. Like, they're too big. But even then, you can dislike that because it's not original content, and that's fair. I don't even like reaction channels. Like, if people enjoy it, whatever, dude, it's, you know, it's legal, but it's not for me, dude. I just want original stuff.
You say it's legal. It's actually not without permission.
Well, I mean, people who do it on, like, YouTube and stuff, like reaction channels, you know, they do it usually the right way, I'm assuming.
Yeah, but I was just thinking of, like, Sniper Wolf, who's one of the biggest reaction channels. She's been getting, like, lawsuit, like, threats left and right.
Really? Tell us about this, because I didn't know.
Yeah, well, okay, for a while she was reacting to TikToks, and she had a team of people who would just, like, grab TikToks for her, and she would barely react at all. And for your reactions to count as fair use, you have to be adding something to the content. You can't just be being like, haha, that's sick, next clip.
You have to discuss it to some degree, yeah.
Yeah, so it is actually illegal to do it the way that she was doing it, because she was just reposting, basically. And she stole from some people who could, like, afford to, like, take action against her. And anyway, she's been facing some backlash and trouble, and it's interesting, at least.
Okay. I didn't know about that. That's interesting.
Yeah,
and there you go. I assume that everyone who's, like, a big name does it the right way, and then I just found out. You're working on joining.
Yeah, most of them don't. Most of them don't. The whole reaction genre is actually facing a lot of issues right now.
I hope you get in. Let me know when you get in. We're happy to fish with you. Yeah, dude, it's insane how much, like, people take on TikTok and just post, like, stupid. You know what I've really gotten into, and it's kind of like, I don't know. This may be toxic and it may be bad in my own right. I've really gotten into, like, Indian street food on TikTok. And
oh yeah, I like to watch people who are traveling.
Yeah.
And eating food.
I see the people who travel and review it, or I even just see people, like, I don't know, faceless people just uploading, like, street cooking. You know what I mean? Like, just the cooking itself.
I don't think that's bad.
No, it's not that that's bad. It's that, like, you know what I mean? Like, when you go to the comments section, it's all negative, you know?
Yeah.
And to be fair, right? To be fair, I'm not going to be disingenuous. I wouldn't eat it. Doesn't mean I want to make fun of them, but I wouldn't eat it.
Yeah. I mean, that's also fair. I am a little bit of a germaphobe, so I'm funny about what I eat anyway.
Yeah.
And where I get it from, which, again, leads to me just eating at home more often than not.
Let me try something, dude. Let me see something. I've arrived in the stream. Welcome to the stream, brother.
Wow, hello.
It's nice that some decent humans are going to fish with us and not ruin a good, wholesome Twitch stream.
I don't know why.
It was more wholesome. I mean, we're talking about dire wolves kicking over and stuff, but it's not that bad.
Yeah.
What are we talking? Dude, I'm sorry. We got. Oh man, we went on a whole.
No. Before that, we were talking about
TikTok. Yeah.
Lots of things. TikTok.
You son of a gun, dude. You guys keep doing this, dude. I'm gonna have to start putting us in private games so no one can join. You're gonna ruin it for everybody, pal.
Yeah. This isn't great.
Dude, I swear, anyone, dude, bounty on it, dude. Whoever finds that person, dude, I'll mod you. I'll mod you twice. I'll mod your other account. Soon as I unlock subs, dude, I'll gift you 10 of them.
If that's their actual avatar, can I hit them? No.
I
have a confession.
It's you.
As you know, no. As you know, I am a massive furry. It took me way too long to realize what that was actually a picture of.
No, there was another one earlier, and I'll be honest, I stared at it for a little too long, right? Because I wasn't really looking at it, and then I was like, I turned the camera down real quick, and I was like, Jacob, is that something I can't show? Jacob, are you still here, dude? I hadn't heard you in a minute. He's trying to find that bounty, dude. He's going after whoever did this.
Oh, hey guys.
Hey.
Hello.
I've been muted for a while by accident.
Oh, it happens.
Oh no! Alright, get on it.
I'm for the bounty, dude. Alright. I mean it, dude. I mean it. Someone's getting modded if they tell me.
Oh, I see one we got.
It's not an avatar? How do they do that? Does somebody know?
I don't know.
Someone said that's not the avatar? I don't know. I don't get it.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I am somewhere else, and if they're not in the stream, I hope they never find me.
They're probably in the stream and they'll find you quick.
If they even know how to get here, dude.
Yeah.
If they even know how to get here.
Honestly, valid. But if they, want to, I'm sure there's ways to find you and get you.
Yeah, honestly, dude. If they've hacked this game, I'm sure they know how to get to the void. Who am I kidding?
Yeah. Yeah. This has turned into a horror stream.
I don't know. Us just running from not safe for work content.
Yeah.
Get it away.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate everyone, dude, trying to figure it out anyway, dude. I physically am not going to mod all of you, but you're all mods in my eyes. Alright, man. So, Jacob, what do you want to talk about, dude? Me and Mac have ranted about all our stuff, the wolves and the games, dude. What's been on in your life?
Not much, honestly.
What dark void have I entered, dude? The void, chat.
I've just been around.
Jacob, how much do you love Schedule 1?
I like it a lot.
Me too.
I can't play it for so long though. I start to get kind of out of it if I play it for too long.
I kind of feel that way about most games, dude. Like, almost any... I can't sit there and just game. Like, I can play games for a long time, but I can't just... I almost am certain you guys are never going to see me sit down and stream a game for 8 hours. Not one.
Yeah.
Like, I even planned for us maybe at, like, 7:30 to go hop on Phasmophobia maybe or something. We don't have to, I just...
One horror game to another.
Yeah. That one might be a little better, dude. At least the things that chase us won't get us canceled. I love Schedule 1, dude. It's made me so happy just to see, like, a game make me feel that way. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to describe the feeling exactly, but I know that a game hasn't made me feel that way in a long time. I actually cannot wait, dude. I'm literally... This will probably go out not this week, but next week on YouTube. There is, I'm going to post TikToks and everything of this. This is gonna, I mean, if this doesn't get me famous, nothing will. We were playing Schedule 1 for literally the first time I ever played it. Jacob had already played it. And we were playing it, and Jacob starts just crashing out on me about, like, I'm not going the right way, I'm not doing the right stuff. I get arrested, and all hell breaks loose. This man is like, you're dead to me, you're not my brother anymore, I hate you.
Oh no! Whoever that person is, they ripped apart all of the art in the center.
They did. You might actually have to disable chalk, because that might be chalk that they're,
Okay, I'll disable chalk. How do I do that? Settings?
I don't... Settings.
Yeah, setting.
Chalk's disabled, dude. I hope you're happy, pal. You've done this.
It's still here, and so is my chalk.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't know. None of us are good enough to be mods. Oh, I can erase it, though.
Can you erase them, dude?
Yeah.
Yes!
Make sure to confirm and apply changes.
Yeah. No, if I go to it, it says, chalk disabled.
Alright.
Maybe you have to do it for each of us, like maybe that only applies to me? Because I'm not looking at chalk right now, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I turned it off for a second and it worked for me.
It did work. Okay, great.
Okay, so it's the personal setting?
Yeah, so hey, everyone, if you don't want to see that, dude, just go hide chalk. Hey, and also, I'm sorry I didn't listen, I'm kind of hard-headed, dude. Everyone who screamed that in the chat, God bless you, dude. You guys are awesome. You all deserve a pet direwolf. I'm sorry. I should have listened.
No, not the direwolf.
You guys are... 2 of you are getting direwolves, dude. Only 2 of you.
That's all we can afford.
And everybody else,
I don't
dude.
know how long it'll last either.
Everyone... Yeah, you guys get a direwolf for like a week.
That's true.
And everyone else, dude, I hope the Winds of Winners comes out and you get to read it. I'll buy you a copy of the Winds of Winter.
Based. Best streamer. I don't know what this book is, but based.
You don't know what Winds of... So you don't read A Song of Ice and Fire?
No.
There's only 2, chat. There were 3. There's only 2 now. Okay, so A Song of Ice and Fire is just the Game of Thrones books. That's just what it's called.
Okay.
So the show's called Game of Thrones, but only the first novel is called A Game of Thrones. It's just the first title in the series. It's called A Song of Ice and Fire is the series. And this man, George R.R. Martin, the author, has, in my world, one died. No, there were like 29 of them or something, apparently. I'm just learning about this too, Chet.
There were 40.
40. There were 40 of them, and there's 2 left. So, like, he was supposed to release The Winds of Winter in, I believe, 2006, 4, something crazy, like way back then. Hasn't released it. Obviously, it's still not out. Finished the book, or finished the TV series. People hated it. Still has, he's like, he made this whole thing too. He's like, I hated the ending myself, dude. If you want to see the real ending, you got to read the books. Still hasn't released it. And he's, he funded, not funded like 100%, but he like gave to this whole foundation about bringing back the direwolves. He gives them money.
I heard that as well, but I was looking into it last night, and supposedly he has no actual connection to the research. They just really like him and wanted him to meet the direwolves.
Oh, okay, so he hasn't actually given or anything.
Yeah, try not to get him canceled in case this goes really poorly.
No, he deserves to be canceled. Release the damn book.
You can't cancel a man because he won't release a book that he wrote.
Yes, I can, dude. When he's supposed to release it in, like, almost a decade, like, literally, like, so long ago, dude, he was supposed to release it before I even, like, was old enough to read. And this still hadn't released the book. Yes, he can get canceled. Oh, hey, thank you for sending me deluxe cans. I never checked that kind of stuff, dude. Yeah, oh, 200 beers. Hold on. Tiny Bionic, dude. Hold on, dude. You're getting a direwolf for that one. You're absolutely goated. And I'll be honest, dude, I'm about to use them because you sent those. I'm going to use them. I never use that kind of stuff. I'm kind of bad at video games. If you stick around this channel long enough, dude, you'll find out I'm hard-headed and stupid, and I don't do things that would make me better at this game.
At any game, really.
At any game, Jacob. You are 100% right.
Kind of,
Don't say anything hurtful. Come on, pal.
Sometimes, difficult to get along with when playing games.
Where is this coming from?
From the fact that you, do things that beginners know not to do in games.
Like what?
Like, walk around a bridge instead of over it when there are cops on it and you have 30 pounds of coke in your pocket.
You can't say Jacob, I don't have the warning up.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. You
30
can say
pounds of goods in your pocket.
I was just kidding, bro. No, dude, listen. Hey, I promise you, dude, this is premium content. It's so funny, dude. They're so funny, dude. When you see this content, I can't wait, dude. I was editing it. I was rolling on the floor laughing. Literally, I had to stop editing and like take a minute because I was breathless laughing. That was funny. You crashing out, which by the way, that's you being nasty. I didn't do anything. I was just having fun and playing a game I loved. That's you being nasty.
You lost so much money.
Who cares, dude? I was having fun.
We could have had the barn, like a half a stream earlier.
You're handing those things out left and right like you got connections, dude. I do. Tiny Bionic hooked me up with 100 beers. Hundreds of beers. Oh, he gave me deluxe one. Hold on, dude. I didn't even pay attention. He gave me deluxe ones. Tiny Bionic's a hero, dude. You literally, please follow. Oh, you already did. Duh. You followed. I suck at this. Dude, you're awesome. I swear to God. Please stick around. You're my new favorite follower that I'm not related to or married to.
I'm crying in the corner now.
You're more than a follower. You're like my closest gay friend.
Wow.
That makes you like my 50th closest friend.
Wow.
I'm kidding, dude. All my friends are
I
gay.
wear this title with. This is true. Oh my god. I was trying to explain that to one of my other friends the other day. I was like, yeah, we hang out. Blake's straight, but he's cool. And they were like, doubt. And I'm like, no, listen.
Why? Why do they doubt?
We don't hang out with a lot of straight people. And I'm
What's
like,
wrong with me?
No. You're valid. You're based.
You guys are being
Good.
straightophobic. Sent me some
Oh,
more stuff because you're
yeah,
bored,
well,
dude. I got a sugar daddy. Hold on. Or a sugar mommy. I got a sugar person.
A financial person.
A financial human. Did you hell yeah?
Yeah, financial human. There we go.
Salmon, dude. They gave me a salmon? Hell yeah. Coin bag. Dude, you're awesome. You're goated. I'm fishing in my emails. Hold on. This is awesome, dude. This is dude, a good day of fishing beats a bad day of running away from bad art. Or as the saying goes.
True and valid.
Got some new outfits, dude. Hold on. Dude, this is awesome. This has been like one of my favorite streams.
Music too.
Oh yeah. Shout out, dude. Shout out to the music.
Oh yeah.
I think that's Tiny Bionic, I believe.
I think it is.
That's awesome, dude. By the way,
So.
not only are you giving gifts out, you're giving the gift of music. There's someone in every. I'm pretty sure in every WebFishing Wednesday, there's someone who joins who plays music for us.
Yeah.
No party's complete without a bard, I guess. This is awesome, dude. I love when I love when people get involved in the chat like this. Even when I'm running away from bad art, dude, doesn't you know what? It's worth it.
I wouldn't even consider it bad art. Just,
No, that's bad art, dude. I'd rather look at a urinal than that. What a roller coaster of emotions, dude. We learned that there were 40 dire wolves, then we learned that there were 3, and then we learned that there were 2. I might turn the game down a little bit.
I have to laugh about the dire wolves, otherwise I feel angry.
That's my bad if the music was a little loud, guys. Dude, yeah, it's, I don't know. I'll stop joking about it, because it is kind of sad.
No, you're good. I'm not actually, like, that angry, just listening to it, but I'm like,
I get it, though. I mean...
Well, at least you won't have to be angry about many more.
You won't be angry for long is a
Right.
terrible response.
This is true.
That's crazy.
I'm from there.
Hell yeah, dude.
Good song.
You should, dude. So what is it about Schedule 1, Mac, that makes you not want to play it? What is it that's like, you know, not for me? Is it
so
the
I've
subject
watched a
matter?
good bit I don't know, because to be honest, I knew that like YouTubers that I like have been playing it, but I didn't realize it was actually popular. I just kind of looked at it, thought it was dumb, and closed it.
Yeah. So honestly, I think there's a lot more to the game than what meets the eye. I think it's not the game that makes it fun, because I think like Jacob, I would get real like kind of over it pretty quick if it was like just me playing it by myself like hours and hours on end. It's playing it with your friends that just made it just such a joy for, and that's not true for everybody, because like a lot of people who are like streamers and stuff do play it by themselves. It's funny that way too.
Yeah.
But watching Jacob crash out because I'm not selling the way he wants me to is funny. It is.
Yeah, the anger does kind of make it for me too. I feel like I'm actually trying to run a drug empire, and everyone who works under me is stupid.
Well, hold on. What do you mean? You mean like the NPCs, right? You're not talking about me.
Everyone.
First, it's my server. I don't work under you. I'm the kingpin. First off.
I don't know. In that video, it felt kind, or in that stream, it felt kind of like you were working under me. I was doing all of the
Jacob,
management. You were just growing.
how many times? I wasn't growing. I was delivering. First off, how many times have you played the game
That
before I
stream was
learned what
growing.
it was?
Actually, I had only played for like a couple of hours.
Couple of hours. That's a few more than I had under me, pal.
I feel like I learned way faster than you, though, buddy.
It's because I don't care, dude. I'm just having fun. I'm just you know the human I am, dude. If you wanted to play that with me and you were like, I need someone who's gonna be serious and do math and think about things, you knew that I was the wrong man for the job.
It's not rocket science to know not to walk past a bunch of cops with drugs in your pocket.
Of course it is, Jacob. I've never done it before. How was I supposed to know what would happen?
Well, maybe you should get better and do it a little so you learn.
In real life, I don't drop under a bridge and run across the street like a madman on my skateboard because I see cops.
You
Why
don't?
not?
Because I don't do anything illegal like you two hooligans.
Well, maybe you should join the club.
Yeah.
What club? What club are you guys in? You just doing crimes?
I do crimes all the time.
Terrible.
Yeah.
I illegally downloaded my favorite show, so I don't have to pay for the streaming service it's on. Yeah.
Now, hold on. I know you didn't just tell me that, Miss. I'm not going to watch Wicked. It's got Ariana Grande, and I don't want to pirate it. If you don't go watch Wicked,
I don't want.
what's your defense? Let's hear it. Why?
I don't, because I don't wanna.
Crazy. You just don't want to watch Wicked. Admit it.
Okay, I don't want to watch Wicked.
You're
right
terrible,
now.
dude. We're not friends anymore. I'm sick of this.
Oh my god. Friendship over Wicked.
I love Wicked, dude.
Oh,
You know what?
yeah.
You know what the problem
And
is?
I'll watch it one day.
You know what the crash out I'm having is? People on the right side of politics already are shitting on the movie. I can't have people on the other side on it too. Someone else has got to like Wicked, dude. I can't be the. It's bad when
That's fair.
Wicked's biggest defender is a straight white guy.
Honestly, valid. Listen, I'll watch it eventually. I just don't wanna.
That's fair, dude. I'm not gonna make you watch Wicked. I'm just not gonna talk to you until you see it.
Fair.
That's fine, dude. A lot of people don't like Wicked, honestly. You know, I know I'm just kidding. Obviously, you can watch what you want. I don't care. But Meat Canyon, who I love watching his like videos and stuff, he kind of talked about like people going to watch Wicked and singing in the theaters and being disruptive and whatever. And he was like, "It's a stupid movie." I was like, "Dude, you lost so much aura to me, dude." I actually might unsubscribe for a few weeks and see how I feel because. What do you mean you didn't like Wicked, dude?
See, here's my main hesitation. I can't be normal about musicals. Like, if I watch it, either this is about to become 90% of my personality, or I'm going to be foaming at the mouth yelling about it. Like, that's the only two ways the pendulum can swing.
I don't think you're gonna dislike it, so I think you would just be obsessed with it.
And see, and I can't do that right now because I'm still really, really into Epic. I can't do two at a time. I'll implode.
Alright, dude, just wait for the sequel to come out and then binge watch them both at the same time.
Alright, just remind me.
Alright.
Yes! Yes, I love Epic!
Oh, Lord, dude, here we go. No.
Oh, it's so freaking good. Yes!
Hey, dude, let... I thought Wicked would have its moment in the sun, dude. Come on.
Will, what's your favorite song?
Jesus.
Mine's Dangerous, for obvious reasons. I know it's overrated, but delicious. I also like No Longer You. That's probably my second favorite. Ooh, yes. Yes.
Alright, I don't even know what you guys are talking about anymore, dude. You all have lost me, dude. I'm just gonna...
Oh,
I
it's
don't
such a
watch
good musical.
so.
Jacob, you need to watch... You need to watch Cats, Jacob. You'd love Cats.
See, this one
Yeah.
isn't a stage musical. It was made by a guy who just wanted to make a bunch of songs about like Greek mythology. And the best way to watch it is to watch animatics on YouTube. It's so freaking good.
Oh, I got a big old gator. Dude, I'm not against watching it. I promise you, I'm not going to commit to watching that before you go watch a musical that got a movie made after it. It's so popular.
No, but this one's so good. He's talking to several movie production companies who are interested in making it.
Is Ariana Grande going to be in it?
I have no idea.
Probably.
But this was like just his passion project, and it has blown up. Willow does stuff. Help me bully the streamer, please.
Why did you guys... Hold on. Don't turn on me, guys. Don't turn on me. This is the first time Twitch chat's ever been on my side. You guys want to start bullying me. I was having such a good night, dude. I was like, Twitch chat's not bullying me, dude. No one's threatening me. I'm having a great night. Here we go.
Damn debacle all over again.
I'll be back, guys. I
gotta get you into Epic. No. You like Greek mythology, right?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. It's about the Odyssey.
Dude, I'm cool with it. Here's the thing, right? Unlike you, I'm not like, oh, that sounds stupid. I'm not watching that. It sounds like something I'd be into.
Listen, it's so good. I'll watch Wicked if you'll watch it with me. I'm really bad at watching things on my own.
Dude,
yes! Yes, space.
I'm not reading the Odyssey, dude. It's too old for me. I'm sorry. I'm not reading the Odyssey.
See, I'm more into the Iliad. But
I'm not reading either of those. Dude, what are they even about?
They're classics. They're the original epics.
Oh yeah, they're classic, dude. They're very classic.
Every other story that you have watched or read or listened to has been based on the Odyssey.
Napoleon Dynamite?
Yeah, in a way.
Nope.
Because the theory of structure and the hero's journey are based on the Odyssey.
But that's the thing about Napoleon Dynamite, dude. It has no conflict.
I'm pressing X to doubt. I've only seen it once, but I'm pressing X to doubt.
I mean, if you dig hard enough, you can definitely find conflict if you really stretch it. But like, the whole point of the movie is it's kind of like about a lot of nothing.
Just like my life.
No, dude. Well, people like it. I mean,
no, I'm
like
goofy.
a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah.
I'm fine. Hold on, I'm gonna find. Okay, how about this? Jackass 2. Tell me how that's related to the Odyssey, and I'll believe you.
I haven't watched it.
Do me tell you the plot? I'll tell you right now, dude. It's like a bunch of guys doing stunts and stuff on their skateboards and pranks and doing dangerous.
Is there a resolution at the end?
There's no plot. It's just literally. It's not fictional. It's not fictional. It's real dudes, just with a camera.
If it's not fictional, then it doesn't apply.
But it's a movie.
Okay, every other story, usually fictional, usually with a 3-act structure.
By your own words, you said just because you don't see it as art doesn't make it not art.
I'm not arguing it's art or not. I'm just... Listen, the Odyssey is super important to writing.
More important than Beowulf?
Yes.
No way, dude. Beowulf's the most important.
The Odyssey is... I can't even express how important it is.
Is it older than Beowulf?
No.
Then when you say the Odyssey copied Beowulf in a way.
In that Beowulf was one of the earliest, like, fictional stories? Sure.
Yeah, alright.
The Odyssey is the foundation for storytelling as we know it.
What's it about, dude? Give me a synopsis. What's the Odyssey about? Let's hear it.
A guy sets out for war, none of his soldiers die, and then he's like, wow, let's go home. And on the way home, every god in existence decides they hate him. And he faces trials, and he loses all his friends, and at the end, he's back with the one he loves, and it's very nice.
This is literally the plot to Beowulf.
It's not.
20 years, dude. What do you mean 20 years?
He's gone for 20 years, and Ithaca has no king, and it's so good. I'm a big Odyssey fan.
I see that, dude. You guys are hard defending this thing from ancient Greece.
Because it's good.
Where my Beowulf fans at, chat? Dude, shout out Beowulf.
No, I really like Beowulf.
Jacob, what's your favorite piece of old ass literature that no one cares about?
I really haven't read any, so
The Great Gatsby.
I don't know.
That's not old enough.
It's plenty old, dude. What's the worst book you ever read?
I'm reading 1 second. Yeah, Poseidon Hates Him. It's so good.
That sounds like the plot to Hades.
Vaguely.
I mean, sometimes Poseidon likes you, but then, you know, if you pick Artemis in the same room, he's like, hold on there, nephew.
1 second. Alright. Hades 2 actually has Odysseus in it, which is very fun.
Hell yeah.
The funny thing is they were only traveling like 100 miles or something if you look like a physical map of their journey.
Mm-hmm.
And it took them 20 years to get back. It's amazing. It's it's so freaking good.
Dude, I gotta be honest with you guys, and I bet it is good. Honestly, I do. I'm not gonna read the Odyssey. I'm just, it's, you know.
That's fine. You don't have to read the Odyssey. It's but I do suggest listening to Epic the Musical, even if you just listen to it in the background. It's catchy.
Can I listen to it on Spotify?
Yeah.
I will listen to it sometime.
Okay, hell yeah. In return, I will, I'll find a way to pirate Wicked. If you legitimately will listen to Epic, I will find a way to pirate Wicked.
I will listen to Epic tomorrow if you'll watch Wicked.
Okay, I will watch Wicked. I will
Send me
look it up
some
right
more
now.
stuff, dude. You're goated, honestly. It's crazy that you're sending me more stuff. Red carpet? What is all this? Oh, just a bunch of fish, dude? Hell yeah. This is awesome. Dude, this guy's he's my favorite viewer. I mean, you guys don't even send me stuff like this.
Listen, I provide content. I provide yapping. I don't have to buy you beer, right?
No, you do. You have to buy me beer if you're gonna make me listen to the Odyssey. You gotta buy me beer.
No, you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it.
Dude.
I'm gonna like Wicked, and then we're both gonna bond next week over like the musicals we now like.
Yeah, two people who love musicals being like, I'm not watching that stupid ass musical.
I will watch it. I just
My wife's mad because I didn't call her my favorite. I legally have to call my wife my favorite viewer, obviously. That goes without saying, everybody. Chill out, dude. I'm married to the woman. She's awesome. Let me guys tell you what I did today. Speaking of, I had to take the day off for some stuff. Dude, when some of it was like for serious stuff I had to do today, but one of the things I did with my day, since I didn't have to go to work, I won a game of Fortnite dressed as Sabrina Carpenter.
Oh, hell yeah.
And you better believe I hit him with an emote when I won, too.
Hell yeah. I have a confession.
Alright. You don't like Sabrina Carpenter?
I don't know a single song by her.
Oh,
Like, I
she's
don't
great.
even know a name of a song by her.
Me neither.
That's fine. I mean, it's like some of the most poppy pop music there is, and if you're not into that, I get it.
Okay.
I love her, dude. I think she's awesome. I'm on Sabrina Carpenter TikTok. I like her stuff so much. I think she's funny. I think she trolls people. Like, people get upset about her on the internet. She just trolls them. It's funny. Dude, Wicked is good. If you're talking about Wicked, dude, Wicked's awesome. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of beating a dead horse or whatever, but, like, I just liked Wicked a lot. And most people didn't. It seemed like a lot of people around, especially where we live, had a lot of bad things to say about it, but
Well,
I liked
of course
it.
they do. Again, the South has stereotypes for a reason. People can suck. That's why I said, of course they do. Not that
Yeah.
I legitimately think.
Yeah, you were
it's
like,
gonna be bad.
why wouldn't they hate it, dude? Wicked sucks.
No.
I'll tell you what else. Maybe someone knows something about. No, I guess you guys wouldn't know if you haven't seen Wicked. There's this thing because here's what I know about the situation. I know her first name Cynthia. I don't know her last name, but Cynthia, the main actress, and Ariana Grande, the supporting actress, lost a lot of weight during this movie, and they look very smaller than they used to. And first of all, brother, let me get in that movie because I need to lose that weight too. It was definitely a physically tolling movie because they did all their stunts and stuff the way I understand it. Like, they're dancing. It's not like they're jumping out of helicopters or whatever, but they did it all, and it's a lot, and they practiced it over and over, and they sung live. They weren't like, they didn't dub over or anything. And it seemed like, if you watch it, you'll understand. It's a physically tolling movie. And it was probably stressful, and they're working on a sequel while, the first one's coming out. So, yeah, they lost some weight, dude. Sometimes that happens. Christian Bale loses weight when he's Batman. It happens, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but people have been saying, like, oh, it was demonic, terrible stuff happened during the filming of this. It's not, something evil, something, if you were to say, like, wicked, maybe, But, but people were saying all that, and, like, I don't know. Everyone says, oh, some weird stuff happened during the filming. I'm like, where's the evidence? What weird stuff where do you guys see, like, lambs getting sacrificed on the set of Wicked? Maybe 2 people lost weight because they worked hard, like, I don't know.
Yeah, honestly. I don't think anything weird has probably gone on at for Wicked.
Yeah.
But I do
Can I give you a
find
summary?
the relationship between the 2 main actresses very interesting.
This person wants a synopsis of Wicked, and I will give it to you, brother. So, one thing about Wicked, it's based off the hit movie, The Wizard of Oz. And it's basically kind of like a prequel, and it's, I don't want to say it's canon, like, like, I don't, whatever. I'm not going to say there's a Wizard of Oz verse, I'm not getting into that, I don't know. It's, like, maybe, like, kind of like like, what if this was, like, the case kind of thing, And it's about the Wicked Witch, being a chill person, and the Good Witch, or they call her the Good Witch, or they call her the Good Witch, Glinda. And it's about them going to, like, college together, and how she became the Wicked Witch, and her backstory, and how she got mistreated because of she's green, the color of her skin. It has a lot to do with, like, social constructs and racism is the theme of the movie, or the theme of the play, or whatever, the musical. But it just follows the story of, like, her struggles, like, with her identity, stuff like that. It's really cool. It's a beautiful movie.
Hell yeah.
That's the synopsis I'll give you. Jack Black sacrificed on the set of the Minecraft movie. Is that real, dude? Are you trolling me? What did he do? It is really good, dude. And watch it if you want. If you like musicals, you're not gonna dislike it. It's really good. What, dude? Have you guys seen people going crazy over the Minecraft movie?
Yeah, I'm supposed to go watch it with my brother, like, this weekend.
I didn't see this. I feel like, genuinely, I usually have my finger on the pulse of this kind of stuff. Like, one thing I do know and understand is, like, media stuff that's popular, kind of, pop culture. I did not think that. I thought Minecraft movie might be weird. I thought it'd have a couple of weirdos in the audience and whatever. And I'm a weirdo. I'm not making fun of anybody. Like, I'm a weirdo, But, like, I definitely knew the nerds were going to be out. I've seen TikToks of people getting arrested over this movie.
Hell yeah.
People go wild for Minecraft, apparently. Which, hey, chat, by the way, does anybody in here play Minecraft? Want some McDonald's codes for the Minecraft movie stuff?
You say it's surprising people are that into Minecraft. I have a distinct Minecraft memory, or Minecraft-related memory, with you.
With me? Oh, is it when we were in Votech?
No, it was when we were at a mall.
That's worse, dude. That's so bad. Yeah, that's bad.
It's interesting.
Oh yeah, that one's bad. You can tell him, or you should tell him. I think I don't want to talk about it.
Do you want me to tell?
Yeah, dude, tell him. Yeah, it's funny. It's one of the funniest stories
Okay.
I have.
Yeah, one time we were hanging out, like, in person. We were at a mall.
It was for your birthday, right?
It was for my birthday. Okay, I was about to say, was it my birthday or was it, like, a field trip? But
It was your birthday,
Yeah,
because
my
it was with your parents.
Yeah, yes. We were hanging out at a mall, and he bought, like, this cardboard creeper head. Just like a little Minecraft costume.
Yeah.
And he's wearing it around the mall, and he gets on a carousel.
Let me say this first. Right? When I got, because I think me and Chris branched off, our friend Chris, when we went to high school. I think we had branched off from you and Sarah when we went and got this. When I got it, it was folded up like a little like poster, and they're like, "We can, if you want, we will fold it for you and make it into like a mask you can wear." And I was like, "Yeah, do that. Yeah, go ahead and put that together for me. I'm gonna wear this around."
Yeah, there's a carousel and lots of balls. But yeah,
Yeah,
he decides to just wear it around the mall, and he gets on a carousel. And, you know, it's like normal kid stuff. But they told you couldn't like wear the mask like in the mall or something.
Oh yes, I don't know if
Like-
you were with us when this happened. So me and Chris are walking around in the mall. I'm wearing this on my head, right? And it's a big creeper block, is what it is on my head. I'm wearing this. I'm walking around. The mall cops come up to us and they're like, "Hey, you have to leave the mall. You're being kicked out." And I was like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah, you have to leave." And I was like, "For what?" And they're like, "You're wearing this suspicious mask." And I'm like, "What do you mean suspicious? It's a big ass box. You're gonna find this is more obvious than if I wore a hood over, dude. Like, what are you talking about? If you guys wanted to catch me, it'd be like, hey, it's the dumbass wearing the big square on his head."
Yeah, but
And
you
they-
also bought it in the mall.
Yeah, and I'm really good at this, right? I started being like, my parents aren't here, dude. I'm here with my friend, even though there's 2 adults watching me. Like, I don't know, you know, I'm not even from around here, dude. And they're like, well, just take it off, dude. Just take it off. And I'm like, okay, fine. So they don't kick me out.
Yeah, they don't kick you out. But how did you end up jumping off?
So
the
here's what
carousel?
happened, and I'll be honest about it. I'm a big ass dude. You can tell from my camera I'm a big ass dude. I've been this size since I was 10. I've been a big ass dude since I was a boy. And I got on the carousel, dude, because this other girl that was with us wanted me to get on it with her. And I was like, yeah, dude, I'll ride it with you. And we get on there, and of course, like 2 rotations in, they're like, hey, you're 500 pounds. Get off that carousel. And I'm like, all right, fair enough, dude. But they don't stop it. And I have autism, and I'm stupid, right? They don't stop the carousel. And so I just jump off. And my leg gets caught in the hook where you put your foot. And so I'm hanging off the carousel, getting drug around the floor.
Yes. Yes. See,
Oh no.
in my memory, this is much more epic because in my memory, you're still wearing the creeper head.
I was not.
diving off
Yeah.
the carousel. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a real story, dude. So I'm getting drug around this
Yeah.
carousel. Like, I don't know, you were the one watching it. How many rotations do you think I drug around the thing?
2 or 3.
2
It
or
wasn't a ton because they
Yeah.
did get to you. Like, yeah.
Well, so they didn't even stop it. Okay, so the thing is, they didn't stop it. I finally just got my foot out and like kind of just tumbled out of it. And they were like, "Hey, listen, you don't sue us, dude. Here's your $5 back." And I was like, "Square deal, brother. Square deal."
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. That was a really good birthday for me. That is so memorable.
Dude, it's awesome, dude.
Oh, no, they didn't stop it.
No, they didn't stop it, dude. They told me to get off, didn't stop it. My big ass jumped off of it. It got drugged, dude. And it was wild. That was wild.
Yeah, so when he says, oh, people are going wild over Minecraft, I'm like, yeah.
I went wild over Minecraft. Dude, when you said you have a Minecraft story about me, I was thinking about us playing Minecraft together. We used to play it a lot. I was thinking about us playing Minecraft.
Yeah, we did.
And you're like, no, it's that time you literally got kicked out of a mall and then jumped off a Ferris wheel.
Carousel.
Not Ferris. That would be way worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Oh, yeah, chat, I'm for real. If anybody wants the Minecraft, like McDonald's card codes, I can send 2 of them. I have extra. But yeah, that was I feel like every time you invite me to a birthday thing, some wild happens.
Yeah, this is true.
Dude,
Even though I like wanted to do the most tame things for my birthday, I would be like, "Hey, we're going to a museum."
Yeah, she'd be like, "We're gonna." Dude, when we went to the museum, I broke into one of the, not broke into, it wasn't locked up. I got into one of the exhibits to scare Chris. I used to be a dude, a hoodlum.
I can't take you anywhere.
Yeah. Dude, I used to be wild, dude. I'm pretty tame. I used to be kind of wild.
I've never been wild. so.
I mean, bringing me along to stuff was wild. I mean, I'm surprised your parents still let me go to stuff, dude. I'm honestly right then and there. I'm surprised they didn't drop me back off at home and were like, "Never, you can never talk to this boy again. He's a demon."
Well, I mean, we were like 6 hours away from home,
Yeah.
so it's not like they could just return you.
But yeah, that's the worst thing, dude. Your parents were stuck with me after that, dude. They saw me do that, and we had like 2 more places to go, and they're like, "Jesus Christ." This is your friend from school?
There were a few times that they were like, "Hey, you need to invite your calm friends," and I'm like, "Yes, Blake," and they're like, "Okay."
No, literally anyone else.
No, they like you.
I
They
like
ask
them,
about
dude.
you a lot.
I like them. Without them, I couldn't have
didn't
done. Do
kick
you
you
think my
out.
parents
You
would
should
let me
like
do
them.
that stuff? What'd you say, Jacob?
Yeah, they didn't kick you out. You should like them.
I do, dude. They're awesome. No, not only did they not kick me out, they invited me over a lot after that.
Mm-hmm.
My parents never let me do anything fun like jump off a carousel.
My mom was so worried about that. She was like, "Oh God, if anyone gets hurt, I literally don't know what to do."
Dude, luckily, one thing about me, right? I am kind of like, I'm not like immune to pain or anything. Like I get hurt, but I can take some hits, dude. I eat that up like breakfast. Jacob can kind of attest to this, dude. I fell down my stairs like the first week or two after I got into streaming. I fell down my stairs. I had a bruise the size of half my body, dude, and I was like, it was so bad. I actually didn't bruise for like a week. The bruise took a week to pop up.
It was bad.
It was bad, and dude, I swear, dude, I fell, dude. I cried. It hurt. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I cried. It hurt so bad. Like I tear, not like crying, like oh boo hoo, like no sound, no whining, just pure pain, tears. I got up, dude, went and rested for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I was like, boys, get on Phasmophobia. We have to stream. And then at one point, I told them, I was like, hey guys, I'm gonna have to wrap this up pretty soon. I'm about to cry again. I'm hurting so bad. Like I'm shaking in pain, but I sat there and streamed through it, dude. I can take some pain sometimes. I'll do it for the Vine.
And that was down like what 5 or 6 steps
Yes, dude.
onto
And,
the solid ground.
yeah. And and here's the crazy thing, right? I was carrying some Tupperware, and I never let go of it, dude. I was bound and determined I was gonna hold on to it, keep it safe, and I kind of did, except for they cracked in my hand. Like I didn't drop them, but they cracked in my hand.
Aw.
So it was for nothing, dude. You know
yeah,
what?
like by the way, check your inbox.
Check my inbox.
Yeah,
Let's see.
that's as much as I
Oh.
could do before I got bored.
And dude, I got something from Tiny. Oh, dude, you guys are awesome. Thank you. I kind of miss being crazy like that, dude, but also I don't think I could sustain it much longer. I got like 1 or 2 more of those things in me, and I'm done.
That's fair.
I've never broken a bone, but one day I am gonna like break it, and I'm not gonna be able to stand the pain, dude. I'm like, no. All the times I avoided this.
Funny enough, I've also never broken a bone.
Nice.
Neither have I.
Dude. Okay, chat, dude. Who else hasn't broken a bone, dude? Are we all immune, dude? That proves that the How, dude? I don't know. I'm wild. I don't know if I can, dude. I'm kind of like, honestly, like, real life tank, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm the tank of the Overwatch group in real life.
You got some nice cushions around all your bones.
Yeah, I'm a big man, dude. And that's the thing, right? You guys, because you're not big men, you may not know this. Being a big person actually makes it more dangerous to fall down because you're more likely to break stuff or get hurt.
Wild.
I'm
Well, that's why, like, even with the wreck I've had,
Mhm.
I didn't break a bone because I was tiny and squishy. And yeah.
I mean, it is actually insane that you haven't broken a bone. That, you know, when you put it in the context
Yeah.
like that, that's like, whoa. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. That's why I said surprisingly.
Yeah, no, I didn't think about that, dude. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think everyone else is just lying. I don't think anyone's ever broken a bone. Have you watched
Anyways.
Kunk on Life?
Yes.
Dude, my favorite, I love all her bits, but my favorite one is the one where she's talking to that guy who's like, no nonsense. And she's like, did you know only like half of humans have bones?
Only half of humans have bones. Yes, I
And then-
believe it.
And he was like, that's not true. And she's like, yeah, it is. They just found out Freddie Mercury didn't have bones. That sent me. That's funny, dude.
Hell yeah.
And she might be right.
Fish. She might be.
We're all
I
just
would
dealing
believe it.
inside.
Yeah, dude, it runs in
Yeah.
the family. I'm so glad you brought that up.
Chat.
I kind of forgot about that story, and it is one of my favorite things ever that I've done.
I'm glad. I didn't know whether to bring it up or not because I was just,
Dude.
you know.
Bring up anything stupid like that I've ever done. That's awesome. I think that's
Hell yeah.
that's what makes me likable, dude. It's not that I'm smart. I'm not even funny, really. I'm not interesting. But I am, like, kind of like chaos incarnate, you know? Like, I'm just...
Wild card. The Joker.
Yeah.
You made my life so much more interesting when I lived nearby.
Dude, oh, man. Because, I mean, I remember, dude, when we were first, like, getting to know each other, we were hanging out for the first time, learning about each other. You were like, dude, kind of a nerd. I like anime. I like drawing. I was like, I've got things to show you, pal. I've got so many things I need to introduce you to.
Hell yeah. I don't even know how we, like, became friends. Because, like, I know we had biology together.
Mm-hmm.
But
So I'm pretty
I
sure
don't
this is
know,
how it
man.
happened. Because me and Chris were good friends before that class. Because you didn't. That was the first year we went to our high school. And me and Chris were
yeah.
friends before that. And I think me and you and him had become friends somehow. And of course, me and him sat together at the table because we had those like big science tables. And when I say this, I mean take it with a grain of salt. What I mean is that like because you didn't sit at a desk, we became friends. Because me and Chris were like, no, I'm not sitting at a damn desk, dude. I'm not sitting at a desk. What the hell? I'm sitting at that big ass science table. And then they were like, you have got to sit at the science table. And then we became friends.
yeah, I was like, hi, I'm stuck here. What's up? That's amazing.
You can sit, dude. Me and Chris had it wasn't our fish, but we had a pet fish. I think you were there when the fish was there. Remember the pink fish that couldn't swim upright?
Yes. Oh my god, I get sad about that fish whenever I remember it.
Dude,
because,
that gives me hope. It makes me think I can make it.
do you know what happened to it?
I lived as long as I was in that class.
Oh.
What happened to it?
I actually don't know if I can talk about this on stream. Like, it's animal abuse. Like, it's bad.
Really?
That teacher was not.
Dude, I hate him, dude. I know who you're talking about. I'm not gonna say his name or anything. I hate him.
Yeah,
He even looks
killed
like the
that
devil.
fish. Like, he purposefully killed the fish.
But and I'm not trying to hate on. Obviously, I love this fish. I promise I'm not trying to hate on it. We used to laugh. Us two and our friend. This fish could only swim sideways. It couldn't swim upright, and it would like take rocks in its mouth, and it would like just build. Dude, it would just like be putting stacks of rocks up on the side of the wall. I love that fish.
Yeah, it was so good. I loved it.
We even named him, dude. His name was Nova.
Hell yeah.
I've got some fish now, dude. Which it's sad because I have some glowfish and only have one left because fish don't live super long or whatever. Unfortunately, it's just part of life. But all my glowfish's brethren have come and gone, and he's still alive. And dude, all the other ones are bigger, meaner. Like they all would fight over food. This guy, always very polite. Waited till everyone else got one or two helpings where he came and ate. He's still kicking strong.
Hell yeah.
I think that fish is just slow.
Dude, no, I can tell.
Even now, he won't eat until like 10 minutes after the food's been put in.
He's just polite, dude. Well, I will say I can definitely tell that I don't know if fish get like PTSD or something, I'm not trying to be funny. Like I can definitely tell. Like after his friends are all gone, he's not as well as he used to be. But I would get him some more. But you're also not supposed to technically like just make a bunch of schools of fish on and off all the time. Like it sounds bad, but like I'm just doing I'm letting him live. I'm keeping him comfortable until its time comes, and then we're gonna get some new fish.
Yeah.
But it is really crazy that you always hear these stories about fish can't feel pain, fish this, fish that, fish aren't that smart. Dude, I've seen some fish with some personality.
I understand. I think all animals can like have personality.
They for sure they do.
Their own little experiences.
Oh yeah. I've got a lizard that's got all sorts of personality.
Hell yeah.
What's so personal about your fish, Jacob? What do they? I mean, your lizard. What do they be doing?
My fish.
I meant your lizard. That's my bad.
She'll just stare at you out of the cage, especially if you call her name. She'll look at you and just keep watching you until you walk away. And she likes to watch TV. She loves looking out the window at people driving by and stuff. And she'll sometimes just hiss at you for no good reason, just because she feels like it.
Not people watching, dude. Hey, shout out to Water for the gift. Dude, I thought of it, because you're talking about your lizard, I thought of another really great story. When you were, I feel like you were still in high school or even younger. I'll be honest, I kind of got antisocial when I was a teenager. I obviously hang out with my friends, but like, you know how teenagers are, dude. We hate our families, whatever. I didn't really like going on vacations with my family and stuff, and they let me just stay at home. Jacob had a pet. You may remember this, Jacob. You had a pet hermit crab, dude.
Oh yeah.
And
I had a couple.
Well, this one you thought had disappeared. You thought it vanished, and you couldn't find it.
Yeah.
And I mean, how does a hermit crab disappear, right? So, for context, this thing is sitting on top of Jacob's dresser, not on the floor or something small, way up on like a dresser, like 4 feet, 5 feet in the air.
It was more of a shelving unit thing, and they were up like head height, like 5, almost 6 feet up in the air or something like that.
And
if I remember right.
They had to have fallen from that height because they disappeared out of the cage. So this had been missing for like a few days, a week maybe. They'll go on vacation. They're gone on vacation for a week. I'm walking, you know me, dude. Hey, walking around with the pants down. You know what I mean? No one's at home. I'm chilling, dude. I'm in high school. My friends are over. We're going crazy. We're going nuts, you know? I walked through the kitchen one day, dude, to make my 8th microwavable pizza of the day, like as you do. Not really, but... And, dude, this little hermit crab who has survived these 2 or whatever weeks, on God knows what, dude, laying around in our house, is just walking through the kitchen, too. And I'm like, dude, what do I do? Do I pick it up? Oh, sorry, Chet, I hit my mic. I'm like, what do I do, dude? Do I pick it up? Do I do what? I call them. So now I'm hermit crab babysitting for another week or whatever while they're on vacation to what we presume to be a missing hermit crab. And also, Jacob's room's not like relative to a house, not that close to the kitchen. Like it was the other side of the house. It had made its way down.
It walked a long way.
And we used to have pet. Well, we still different cats, but we had pet cats. We had animals. Like there was a lot of things that could have got that hermit crab, but
it was a miracle that hermit crab was alive.
He had his
hadn't been watered or fed that whole time. I don't know how it made it.
He had his own odyssey, if you will.
Hell yeah!
Who knows where he went?
You know what? And at the time, I thought I was doing him a favor. I bet he was pissed when I put him back in that cage. He's like, all this work, dude, all this work. And they put me back up here. I can't survive another fall. This is awful. I don't know what that crab's name was, dude. It wasn't... Jacob, what was your crab's name?
I honestly can't even remember at this point.
That was awesome. Dude, what a chat, dude. What a stream, dude. We've been talking about dire wolves, video games, animals, getting kicked out of a mall.
The
Yeah.
water turning the frogs gay.
Dude, that's
the
real,
best
though.
thing.
That's the most real thing. That's more real than the dire wolves.
It is, actually, sadly.
I'm actually, dude, hold on. You guys remind me. I'm actually going to listen to Alex Jones weekly and give you guys updates on what he thinks.
Okay, but first you have to listen to Epic.
You're assuming I'm not going to listen to them both at the same time.
Oh, man.
One in one earphone, one in the other, dude.
You're
That's
gonna
be
get some
wild.
really mixed up memories of what Epic is.
So, dude, there it was, dude. They're fighting Poseidon. He's shooting gay frogs.
Close enough. Chat is incredibly hard to draw in this program.
That'll be an experience. Dude, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna commit next week, dude. Hold me responsible. I'm gonna give you guys. I'm gonna give you guys the Alex Jones updates you've been waiting for.
Oh, see, I thought you were like, oh yeah, hold me responsible. I'll listen to Epic.
I'll do both. I'm gonna do both. What else? What else do you guys want to talk about? What else has been going on? I feel like we've covered all the hot topics. What is this guy doing,
that's
dude? Going
kinda it.
crazy.
Go crazy, go stupid.
He slowed down. Hold on, he's slowing down. Like a Beyblade,
no.
dude. Best I can do is a messed up sun. Hell yeah, dude. I can't see it. I had to turn off chalk for myself, dude, because I'm gonna get kicked off Twitch. Jacob, dude, what we've heard any crazy news stories that aren't about dire wolves?
I actually haven't been keeping up with much of anything recently. I can tell you about some older stuff.
Tell me about older stuff, dude. Whatever.
I can tell you about the neurons being integrated into a computer to play Doom.
Dude, playing Doom's a tale as old as time, brother. You can play Doom on a refrigerator.
Yeah, but have you ever seen a pile of human brain cells play Doom?
If by a pile of brain cells you mean me trying to play Doom, yeah.
I don't know if it's actually been completed or not, but I know it's been being worked on.
Do you know what was one of the greatest gaming moments in history? And maybe stupid. I don't know. You guys can know. Tell me. Chat, everyone, get involved, dude. Is this stupid or was this a moment? Do you guys remember Twitch Plays Pokemon?
Yeah.
One of the greatest things that ever happened. This used to be a country. I love Twitch Plays Pokemon. I bought a shirt. I actually bought a shirt that was like I was there. It's got like the Helix fossil on it.
Yes.
I used to stay up, dude. I'd be
I
up in there
remember
playing.
being into it. Yeah.
If I knew how to program at all, I would. I mean, I know a little tiny bit. If I was any good at programming, I would set something up like that. What would be the funniest like Twitch plays game like besides Pokemon? All right, here's a crazy one. It probably wouldn't be that fun to watch. Twitch plays Phasmophobia.
Yes.
But is it possible to
They'd-
happen?
they'd
You
be
know,
dead. Yeah, they'd be dead all the time, but it's okay.
is it possible that Twitch could find the ghost the right way? But I don't know. Then it would just turn into people just like. There's not that many ghosts. It would just turn into them like selecting one and just trying to win.
Yeah.
It's not that. Twitch plays Up? What is Up? Like the movie?
Is that the
Oh,
like
the
climbing
game. Yeah,
Yeah.
the game where you have to jump up and down, all the way to the top.
Oh, you're like the little guy in the
yeah.
barrel.
Twitch plays Bennett Foddy, Getting Over It by Bennett Foddy.
Oh, that'd be so good.
It Takes Two.
That would be wild.
I still have not played It Takes Two. I have it. I have that game. I got it for free on the PlayStation Network stuff. I still haven't played it.
I've been playing it. It's fun.
It Takes Two?
Mhm.
Have you when did you just start it? You just been playing it for a while?
No, I've been playing for a bit.
Okay.
I'm actually pretty far with my friend Daniel, and it's really fun. I've been impressed by it.
I've heard that their new game Split Fiction's badass. I don't have any friends to play it with, but can Twitch play Doom? Oh, dude, Twitch has probably played Doom. That's probably happened. I bet if I played this game enough and put Doom in the background and was playing them both at the same time and only looking at this game, I would eventually beat Doom.
possibly.
It's a lot of numbers.
Yeah. I'm gonna sit on my lounge. My art is failing. I have to think about who I am.
Oh, here's a cool question, right? And everyone, feel free to chat, get involved, dude. What is like a game or some games that you think like defined like your gaming experience, or like what kind of gamer you are? You know what I mean? Like games that defined like how you would become a gamer.
Zoo Tycoon 2.
Crazy. I knew
That's
that,
it.
dude. I can tell. Red Dead Redemption 2 is wild, dude. That's a fun game. I love that game. I'm a little too old. It didn't define my gaming at all, but it is maybe the peak of gaming. I'll give you that.
I'm not really sure for me.
Honestly, GTA 5.
I feel like a mix of two games for me. It was Ghost Recon. I can't remember the rest of the name.
Mm-hmm.
And Call of Duty Black Ops 1.
Black Ops 1 definitely played a part in my gaming life. Burnout Paradise.
Yeah.
Burnout Paradise is cool. I think for me,
I love Burnout Paradise.
it has to be something like Mario Party or like, because I love social games. I just love hanging out with people and like playing. You know what I mean? Like I feel maybe I don't know. Like Pokemon's probably the game that like I've played every Pokemon up till now. Like I love Pokemon. I hate to see that it's fallen off, but maybe Pokemon because like I like games that are like not too serious. I mean, I like serious games too. I played Fortnite today, and I mean, as goofy as the game is, it is competitive. But I just like games that aren't too serious. You know what I mean? Like those are my favorite games.
Hell yeah.
You know what?
I played.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. The Crash Bandicoot series.
Oh,
I played that a lot. Yes.
Oh my god. I love
Zoo
Crash.
Tycoon. A bunch of like weird Game Boy Advance games.
Mm-hmm.
And MX versus ATV Untamed. I only thought of that because someone said Burnout Paradise, but it was my jam for a very long time.
Someone said try to destroy all humans. Pal, I have, and I loved it. It was awesome. You're right.
Oh yeah, Destroy All Humans was great.
Love destroy all humans. I just like hanging out with people when I play games. And a game, I like games that are social but not competitive. You know what I mean? Like I like competitive games to a degree, but honestly, I had a lot of like crash out with playing too much Fortnite and stuff. But games like Phasmophobia, where like there's really no reason to get upset with your teammates or anything. Like there's just, you know what I mean? Like if you're getting upset at Phasmophobia, I feel like you probably need therapy.
Yeah.
And you may think that about
They're being really annoying.
Yeah, but like I'm talking about, like you wouldn't be like Jacob. This may be a you thing. You might just be aggressive, you know, because like, you actually might do this. Most people, besides Jacob, wouldn't be like, "Oh, Blake, you're doing a bad job catching the ghost, dude. You suck. You get off the server," you know.
It's really just a me in games thing.
Yeah.
In real life, I'm very chillaxed, calm, not aggressive for the most part. In games, though, it angers me when somebody does it wrong.
Wrong. I can't, dude. Honestly, there's no way my new monitor's dead pixel already. That sucks. I hate it. Sorry about that. There, you guys. I can't wait to show you Jacob crashing out in Schedule 1. It is so funny, dude. I mean, I rewatched it and I don't remember. I'm gonna be honest, Jacob. At some point, some of that stuff had to be me doing it on purpose. I think I started messing with you.
I feel like you did. It got bad.
Because at one point, you're trying to direct me on how to get back to, like, our base of operations. And I think I see you and go the wrong way on purpose. And you're like, where are you going?
Oh, I remember that. I remember that.
That's funny, dude. That's...
I told you on the wooden bridge right in front of you, and you were standing behind the sweatshop, and I saw you look at me, turn around, and walk the other direction.
Can you blame me, though?
Yes.
How? Why?
I'm rubbing my eyebrows out of frustration while we're just talking about it.
While we're playing fishing, dude, you're still upset about it?
Yeah.
See, it is you.
Yeah.
It's a you problem, dude. I didn't do anything. I was just having fun.
You did so much wrong, though. It was all bad.
What do you mean I did? Jacob, I had fun. How can I be doing it wrong if I'm having fun?
It's not about fun. It's
Yes,
about
it is.
profit.
It's about fun. Actually, and this is... I'm not talking about you. Generally, I'm not talking about you, Jacob. This is a serious topic, though. And it's kind of weird, because I also think people should be able to play games and do what makes it fun for them. You know what I mean? But a lot of people, like... I've seen a lot of content for Schedule 1. It's kind of like my fixation at the moment. A lot of people are just posting, like... anything that's original for the most part is like, here's the best setup to get more money. You know, here's the maximum way to make profit. You know, and I'm like, that's fine. But no one just has fun anymore. That's what, like, the golden era of YouTube, when people were, like, playing, like, Let's Plays and stuff. No one was on there giving tutorials on how to win. Those weren't popular anyway. People were, like, goofing, having fun, you know what I mean? And I just don't see much of that anymore. That's why I've been really into watching Queso, because he is just kind of having fun. I don't know if you guys have an opinion on that or if you even care about it, but just something I've noticed. People, I think, take it too serious now.
Yeah, I do like the old way of just having fun with it.
And again, I'm not like
Absolutely
the
valid.
fun police. I don't, you know, like everyone does. If maximizing the game is what makes it fun for you, then that's what's fun for you.
Yeah.
I just think that, I imagine there's some kids and stuff, which no kid should be playing Schedule 1. No kid should be playing that. But I imagine a lot of people with undeveloped brains who are younger are probably watching all these content creators and just doing like, oh, this is the maximum way, I'll do that or whatever. And no one's really playing games to have fun anymore, you know what I mean?
I just
Yeah.
gotta say, all the Factorio players gotta get back to Factorio.
What is Factorio?
You don't have to maximize life. Everything. You don't have to maximize every game.
You know what game, Meg, you would love that Jacob got me into? I've been wanting to play it some more. What's that game called? Barony, dude?
Yeah, Barony. I've been wanting to play more of it too, man.
It's just a D&D game. That's all it is. It's just like D&D.
You had me
Yeah.
at D&D, which was the most important thing you said, but still.
That's all. I mean, Jacob, you play it more than me, dude. You can explain it, but
It's kind of a dungeon crawler where you go floor by floor, deeper and deeper, getting closer to the boss as everything gets harder and harder. And you can play from all sorts of different species that have different character traits and everything, you know, and have special classes just for themselves. And there's a bunch of different classes you can pick from. You can go from anywhere from being a guy who brews alcohol in the dungeon, drinks it, and then punches harder, to being a mage that shoots fireball endlessly for the rest of time.
the
And
most...
it gets really hard too.
And there's a surprising amount of, like, complexity with the different classes, and there also is a lack of complexity in some of them. Like, Jacob played the more complex ones mostly, but for me, the most fun I had was playing the monk, just punching stuff to death.
Which is
Oh,
also like the most powerful class in the game, because it's just so simple.
Yeah,
And it's so strong.
that's what made it fun for me, is like Jacob, I can tell he's walking around like, if I take this loot, I gotta drop this loot. And he's over there doing calculation, which is, that's what he's got to do for his class. It felt cool to be like, I actually don't need anything but my fist.
Yeah, you don't even need clothes. All you need is your fist.
And food. Yeah. Oh, and that's another fun part of the game. It's one of those where you got to have food to survive. Like, you get hungry and...
Oh yeah.
That
You gotta be
actually sounds
careful
super
which
fun.
It's very fun.
species you pick too, because if you pick the automaton, you're eating garbage for the rest of your life.
Oh,
every 2
yeah.
seconds.
That's cool. Like, non-human things don't have to eat food. But like they can't go in the water because they're machines. You can be a succubus and like... what is it, Jacob, with the succubus? Like, certain monsters wouldn't hurt you or something, but... Humans will attack
Oh
you.
yeah, each different species has different other species that are friendly to you, and others that are not friendly to you. So if you're a skeleton, other skeletons and ghouls and such will be friendly to you, but humans will kill you. And the other way around for humans.
And it was really fun because, like, at one point Jacob was playing as the succubus, right? And there's one version of, like, one of the floors you can go on where a minotaur will chase you around and you have to, like, get out of the floor as fast as possible. And there's also, he's, like, unbeatable pretty much, too. He's, like, very hard to defeat, but you can.
No, later on he's really easy.
Okay, but if you get, like, OP. But there's a group, like a squad of, like, humans and, like, decked out in knight armor you can find and call on to come help you fight him. They can pretty much take him out.
The Zap Brigade.
And Jacob tried to call them while he was the succubus, and they just started beating the shit out of him.
Oh.
It was very funny.
I had a polymorph potion which turns me into a human, and I just completely forgot to drink it. So I walked in as a succubus, and they instantaneously annihilated me with lightning bolts.
It's a surprising amount of detail in that game.
The hell yeah.
You should.
That
I think you'd
sounds
love it.
Super fun. Dude, I will try and check it out. I don't have a lot of time to play games. Mostly because whenever I do play games, I've got someone who wants to play with me. But I will definitely look into it.
I got so much stuff from people sending me gifts, dude. Shout out to everybody. I got more gifts. Thank you, Hellraiser, dude, for that. And thank you, Lil Smoke, for that. Lil Smonk.
You should turn your chalk back on.
Okay. There's nothing crazy in here. You're not trolling
There's nothing
me.
crazy in here.
As long as you look behind you and not in front of you, you're all good.
What's in front of me?
You don't want to know.
What is it?
Yeah.
Can I turn my chalk on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just look backwards.
Oh, it's a nice little picture. What's in front of me? I'm scared. There's nothing in front of
That's
me.
the worst thing I've ever seen.
There's nothing in front of me. You guys are trolling me.
It was just there. I mean.
Yeah, it disappeared. Somebody took it away.
There was something bad up there? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that is nice art. I'm going to turn the setting back on, but that is nice.
Hell yeah.
I don't mean to censor your guys' art. I promise it's not that.
Yeah, how dare you?
It's just I don't think artists should have freedom, is pretty much what I think.
You know, that's based. And I forgive you for that.
Thanks.
Oh,
And
shit.
when artists have freedom, urinals end up in
And art museums.
yeah.
And we can't have that.
I love that urinal.
And, by the way, the more exhibits that are in art museums, the more art museums, and we can't have those.
Fair.
We need to destroy art. Well, guys, I think it's kind of winding down to that time, dude. We've been going for an hour and a half, about.
Yeah.
Anybody have any closing words, dude? Any last topics they want to talk about?
I don't really have anything
Well,
to say.
that's okay.
Yeah.
I think we've said a lot, dude.
Well, don't do drugs, kids, unless you're buying from me.
Don't buy from him, dude. He's so mean to me. He's so mean on that game, dude. It's not even funny.
But you gotta admit, I make a lot of money.
You act like I don't be doing anything. That's the craziest part. You'd be like you don't even be helping. I find a way to be funny and have fun and make profits. You're never gonna beat these good brother allegations, dude. Everyone's gonna know you're a bad brother when I put this TikTok out. Everyone's gonna know.
Oh yeah?
The crash out's
Where you're
crazy.
losing all of our money, every penny we've ever owned.
It's good content, dude. I'm a streamer. It's good content.
We wouldn't have been broke when I bought all of the stuff that I needed if you didn't lose all of the money.
It's good content, bro. I'm not hearing this. It's good. It's funny. And you're gonna. And the worst part is, dude, you're gonna come out as a bad brother on the end of it, dude. That's That's what scares me. I don't want to get you canceled, but I feel like I have to.
Cancel me from what, huh?
I don't know, pal.
You gonna cancel me from my Facebook that I never use?
The fans are gonna demand that you get taken off of WebFishing Wednesday. You're gonna become the new
Yeah,
JonTron,
that-
dude. Me and Mac are gonna blow up, and you're gonna become like the JonTron. You're gonna be like the what could have been. You're gonna have your own smaller channel where you're kind of good, but like you're not part of the Game Grumps.
No.
You are. You're gonna. How does that feel, Jacob? You're the JonTron of the group. How does that make you feel?
Not too bad. Yeah, a really, really popular sport.
Oh, dude, he's alright. He's still funny, dude. I don't care.
Yeah.
His videos are funny. Anyway, dude, that was a stupid rant. Anyway, dude, special shout out to Tiny Bionic and I hope I say this right. I'm sorry if I don't. Lumen Ray. You guys are awesome. Thanks for following. Anyone who's watching the stream right now or in web fishing, make sure to follow if you want to see this. If you want to join these every week, every Wednesday around 5-ish to 6-ish Central Time PM, we do these. I did miss last week. You'll probably be able to see that, and I apologize about that. But it should be good to be on here from here forward. I enjoy the heck out of this, dude. This was fun. I enjoyed talking with the chat, dude. That's what makes it fun for me, honestly. That's what it's all about, dude. When I see people having fun in there, that makes my heart sore. So I had a great time. Again, shout out to everyone who followed. Shout out to everyone who watched. Everyone who's fishing, dude. It was fun.
Like, you missed a shout out.
Who done?
Shout out to that person who was following you around with.
No, not them,
pictures.
dude. Not them. They don't get a shout out. They suck.
They were the main character for a bit.
Yeah, that's like saying that like Darth Vader's the
They
main
ran-
character. I mean, he
They
is.
ran
but
the whole stream for a little bit.
unfortunately, can't make a Twitch account, dude. Don't worry about it. I get that, and I appreciate you. Definitely come watch anyway.
Yeah.
Any way you can watch, even if you can only get on the game and find my server by some miracle, dude, that's cool. That means the world that even if you try to come out. And I appreciate everyone for anything, any kind of support. I think we had a great time, dude. I think we had a good stream. We talked about a lot of cool stuff. We told the terrible, terrible story about how I got kicked out of a mall almost.
No, that was good.
That's gonna be
liked it.
that's gonna be a TikTok highlight, dude. That's going on TikTok.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That's funny. Well, dude, I guess that's it, dude. Anyone who hasn't followed, if you want to, feel free to do so. Check out my YouTube. I edit all these. You can watch them without having to dig through my Twitch. You can follow me on what store? Oh, there's my some notes. Check out my TikTok, my YouTube, all that stuff, dude. You can follow me on Instagram if you want. I don't really post anything, and I'm kind of camera shy, so I don't get on there much. But it's cool, dude. I had such a good time tonight, guys. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Yeah.
This has been so fun.
Thank you.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, hey, dude, get Barony, dude. We'll play some of that this weekend, dude. We'll play some Barony. We'll make that happen.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. I don't think I'll be free this weekend. I'm pretty packed this whole week. But
Well, you're
next
dead to
weekend,
us.
Perhaps.
No, yeah, of course, yeah. Whenever it happens.
Yeah, no.
Me and Jacob will be playing Schedule 1. If anyone likes Schedule 1, dude, come check that out. We play a lot of Schedule 1 on the weekends. Oh, well, anyway, that's it, dude. I'm going to start ranting chips. I'm kind of doing the YouTube thing, but thanks, and I hope everyone has a great night, dude. Thank you guys, and I'll talk to you later.